All right.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
This is podcast number 16.
16?
And, yeah, 16.
Okay.
So Sweet 16, and
Yes.
I'm here with Catalina Briceno. Is that how you pronounce your surname?
Yeah.
Or how do you pronounce it?
We say Briceno.
Briceno.
Because it's in Spanish. But
Briceno.
in English, they call me everything, so it's okay.
Briceno.
Yeah, I've had Briceno.
Briceno.
Yeah, Briceno. I'm like, what the fuck is Briceno?
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm like, yeah.
And how are you?
I'm good.
I've been excited about this podcast.
Me too.
I haven't caught up with you and Ved in a long time.
Yeah,
Time flies,
I don't even know when. Oh, the last time was when you came to our place for the car thing. When you stayed over for like 3 days.
Oh, for Time Attack?
Yeah, for that.
You see, that's crazy.
When was that?
Oh, September. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I had Stephen on the show yesterday or day before, and same thing. I hadn't seen him since then either.
Shit.
So.
Yeah, that's way too long.
It is. It's way too long. I mean, I've been in touch with you every now and then on social media.
Yeah.
And with Ved as well.
Yeah.
With Ved, I've heard his voice over gaming.
Gaming. That's all you guys do. It's great.
Well, not really. You know, on that topic, like, I don't know, ever since finding my flow again, ever since finding my energy
Which I'm so
again.
happy you did, because you were not living. You were turning green.
Yeah.
Legit. Your skin tone was like
I was dying.
greenish. Yeah.
Look, I still go through bouts of it now.
Yeah.
But I'm more consistent with creating again.
Yeah, because you stopped life.
Yeah, I did, right?
Yeah, like Ved used to tell me, like, he doesn't leave the house. I'm like, what the fuck?
I still don't leave the house much.
Yeah, but at least you do shit in your house.
Well, yeah, there's energy now. Like, I
Yeah.
think the gaming thing, like, I don't know if I said it before, but when I got back from overseas, I hopped straight on the gaming just out of curiosity. I hit the bong and I was like, oh my God, I'm so stoned. I don't know if I like this. Like, I was already like, holy shit, this is too full on. And then there was a dude and I was like telling them all about how amazing my trip was. And that I found myself again and I can't wait to get busy
so
creating
good.
shit again, right? And he just went, oh, I'm really happy for you, bro. And I'm like, so what have you been doing, you know? And he's like, oh, nothing, man. Just same old shit, different day. And I just...
Fuck.
I know. And I just...
Fuck that.
Because I was on such a high...
Yeah.
I just said to him, oh, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm going to jump off.
Just get out.
I'm just going to...
Yeah.
I don't mean to burn bridges ever. I don't mean to be
No,
a snob. But it's like...
Negative
the vibe,
and energy,
right.
it's incredible. It rubs on quicker than positive energy.
Wow, that's scary, isn't it? That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that.
It does.
So that's why
It actually does.
You can't let haters
Like,
take over because they can easily get more haters.
Yeah, but like
I don't want to believe that.
Like, I don't really care for haters, or I don't think I have any. If I do, like, hi.
Oh, if you get more out there, you'll have more potential to have.
Maybe, but even that's cool, because I'm like, well, I just want to cause, an impression on people. I don't care if it's good or bad. I just want them to see me, be like, oh, okay. As long as they don't just look at my stuff and move past along, I'm happy.
I'm so with that. Like, Mike Tyson was on an Australian morning show recently, and Chris Barth, who I thought was a pretty intelligent woman, she just has one agenda, and that's to hammer him about a bad acting role in a sexist car commercial.
Yeah.
But her agenda fails because he just doesn't buy it. And she says, like, well, don't you... In the end, she's digging really deep.
Shit.
And she says, like, don't you want to be remembered for your boxing legacy rather than shitty, ads or bad acting?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I just want to be remembered.
Yeah. It's
Like, that's it.
Yeah, what the fuck is... Yeah.
So why put pressure on... He's like, why put pressure on me for just because I did that awesome shit in the past doesn't mean I can do something now. He's like, no, I'm not interested in the boxing stuff. I'm chasing acting now, and that's what I want to talk about.
This is the same thing we talk with Ved about. Michael Jordan?
Yeah, sure.
When he did the movie with the Looney Tunes.
Right. He got hammered, did he?
Everybody was talking shit. I'm like, first of all, he was acting by himself. Because there there was nothing there.
And kids, and the movie's aimed at kids, by the way.
Yeah.
So
no, but
adults shouldn't be watching it.
He's not a professional actor.
No.
He got this amazing gig. The movie I loved. He didn't have anybody with him to act. He had nothing because the Looney Tunes were not there.
Right.
So he was talking to the thin air. And I'm like, why are people giving him shit? You fucking try and fly and do all these things and then make a fucking movie and then go talk shit about him.
I love talking about this shit because it's like, not unless you're experienced with getting a gig like that in life, do you understand that there's a lot happening behind the scenes. And this is why I love behind the scenes so much.
Yeah,
like you know, when you post a video on YouTube about the process behind your work, behind the scenes is gold.
Yeah, I love it.
It's gold, and it's like it's sad that people would rather watch a compilation of fail videos than to sit there. I mean, I go to sleep watching stuff like tutorial videos or gear reviews or podcasts because I feel like I'm going to sleep to brain food.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's gold, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Rather than just like watching car accident compilations.
Whatever you learn, it's great. Even if you learn how to fucking tie your shoe, that's amazing. But if you wake up at 6, you get to your shitty job, you come home, and that was pretty much your day.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm so sorry because.
Yeah, right.
Fuck, having like a hobby, having a passion, or just wanting to learn shit about space or some crap. Yeah. It's gonna fill you up a little bit.
Well, it's the obsession thing.
Yes. You know, obsessions are amazing as long as.
Well.
You're not doing crack and shit.
Well, they're not meant to be healthy. This is the thing. It's like I don't think like Stephen, the last guy on the show. I spoke to him at 4:20 this morning on the telephone. He had to creep out of his bed so he wouldn't wake his partner and hop on the balcony. And he's like, dude, I haven't slept. I've been working on the logo and design all night. And it's like
I think that's great.
He's so happy to finally be understanding what all these motivational videos are talking about.
I think that's great as long as you have the right people with you. Because if his wife got the shits because he got up at 4 in the morning, then that would be shit, and it would bring him down a bit.
And she doesn't. Apparently, she's so excited.
See, that's awesome.
That's awesome, exactly. And I said to him at the end of the phone call, I'm like, look, keep going.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous advice because it's obviously not sustainable forever. You need to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, at work, all I'm doing is thinking about my own project. I'm like, yeah, but you still need to work too. Yeah. Or you get fired.
Yeah, like everything in life, it's balance. You can't
it is in the end, maybe.
Like
it's
I said
so
before,
hard to balance.
You can't eat apples all day and you can't have cigarettes all day. Like you need to combine them to be healthy. Otherwise, if you live off apples, what the fuck?
Man, I don't know, right? Because I've kept fish for so long now, and if you give them varied diet, I reckon they die quicker than if you just give them the same fish food, the same brand, the same time, and they end up
Lucky we are not fish.
I know. I'm like the Matrix, man. I just want that weird gel that I can eat once a day, and that's it. My eating's done. But then again, I'm also the artist that appreciates amazing food and how it looks and smells.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I feel like eating and all that stuff is just a hassle. I just want to keep creating or something. And that's where it gets obsessive compulsive. I mean, in a positive light, but not everyone can handle it. You know, and I think what I was cheering for with Stephen was he found that thing that we have. Yeah. He found that thing that we can tell people about, and other people listen to us and get excited about it, but then they go home and it just kind of, they have a go on the computer and then and it's like, they need to listen to it again to get charged up. I know that people might get trapped on watching inspirational and motivational speakers and watching them every day until they release more new videos. But it's like, that's a trap too.
It is. It's pretty shit when you have to get inspiration from other people.
Well, needing support, needing a crutch, like feeling like you can't do it by yourself.
Needing that boost, it's not always nice because you should get it from yourself. You know, if you
Easy
love,
to say.
if you like, I get that now. Like I love, you know, editing, being in the computer, and when I get bored, sometimes that's when all these crazy ideas come, and I start making art. But yeah, like I don't want to depend on listening to inspiration
No.
to feel motivated. Like I want that to come from me and be like, oh shit, okay, it's Monday, let's fucking do what we can do on, you know, Photoshop.
Well, that's a good segue to some questions. Like some people on Facebook have left some questions for you.
Yeah, that was so nice.
It's awesome. So
Yeah.
one of them was on that same topic. So it's by Nick Turner, who's a budding photographer. He's actually working at a studio and does some
Awesome.
really, really polished work. And I know that he would be keen on your work because he has a pro studio to work in, but you've got a makeshift one. So we can talk about that.
Yeah, have a little one.
And there's Sam Law as well, who's been shooting cars and stuff for ZEN for ages. And you know, even he mentioned this morning, like he's putting together an end of month meet feature that just encapsulates all the years that he's shot it. And he's looking back at his early photos thinking, oh man, it's weird to see his early work. I'm like, well, that's good to see your progress, you know? So both of them have asked a similar question. Nick says, nothing is original and creative people will always draw influence and inspiration from others. What, where, and who do you get inspiration or influence from? And Sam has the same sort of question, inspirations. Do you look at other people's work? So I think it's a good time to talk about that.
Yeah, well, I get inspiration from everything, from like everywhere. I started gels because I saw this photographer on Pinterest. His name is Jake Hikes.
Right.
So I saw his gels and like it blew my head off. I'm like, oh my God, like look at those colors, like I fell in love with his work. Yeah, I fell in love with his work. So I went on his Instagram website, and then I tried to get that, you know, color.
The same intensity?
That color saturation.
Yeah.
But in my style, because his are like really bright and like happy and really bright. Mine are a little bit, you know, dark and moody.
Yeah.
But I started jealous because of that guy. And he's amazing.
It's funny how you run with it too. Like you're one of those artists, like I've known of your work for long enough now to know that you're a lot like many artists do the same thing. When they find something new and make it their own, they run with it for a bit.
Yeah, nah.
And you get stuck on it. No, I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm just saying like you, as artists, I find it quite a common thing where just say a painter finds a new technique, then all of a sudden they just explore that technique over the next few pieces.
I've been loving working with gels. It's kind of tricky because if the model moves like a little bit, then all the light goes to shit.
Yeah, right.
So the first time I did gels, it was horrible because the lights kind of did this.
I get you. So
and I got like a pink purple color.
Yeah, like brown
instead of getting the blue and the, you know,
you got this weird
yellow
crossover.
or orange.
Yeah.
It make one color.
Yeah.
And it was purple, and I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I keep like messing around with the lights and until I got it. But yeah, like it took me like a while, and now I love it. I love doing that.
Well, it's very distinct. You know,
I love it.
It's kind of like I can see how a lot of photographers shoot in color and then they make a photo black and white. But then when you see the black and white, you know that they can go back to color.
Yeah.
But I think when I see your work with the gels, you can't edit it. It is what it is. Like I like it how it's done like that. It's not done in color and then made black and white and then processed to be color again. It's actually shot like that.
It's like that on camera.
Right.
Yeah. And all I do is just play with the curves and like a little bit of levels.
Yeah.
And it's
general.
amazing because with my color photography, I can't really do much because just a little bit of something can fuck everything up.
Because of how you shot it, right?
Yeah, but with gels, you can go to like the streams and your curves can be fucking through the roof.
And it'll still be clean.
Yeah, and it's still gonna look really nice and crisp and just, it's so amazing.
It's a good move for you. Like, I want to talk about the darker side. Like, you know, when I was growing up, it was like if you were darker kind of person, you'd just be a goth. Like you just would be. Like you instantly were thrown into that
box.
group,
Yeah.
whether you liked it or not, and you got along with the goths, even if you weren't one.
Yeah.
But you've got that in you, haven't you? You've got this sort of darker music, darker styles.
Yeah.
Darker, like where does it come from?
It just comes from all, the trauma I've been through.
Is it? That was the answer I was hoping for.
Yeah, it's all through, because okay.
But it's funny, but it is, right?
Before all the shit I went through, I was the party girl, and I was my main, preoccupation was, what am I doing on Friday?
So this is something that no one would guess.
No,
of
everybody
you,
that knows me, they're like, oh, like you're such a bitch, but like you're so nice. I'm like, but yeah, before I was just a party girl, getting drunk every weekend. I wasn't artsy. I wasn't into photography. I had nothing to call my own.
You didn't draw every day as a kid?
I didn't.
Or you didn't...
I never drew shit.
You didn't...
Because I didn't have, a thing.
Yeah.
I was weirdly proud of my looks. So I thought that my looks were like everything.
No
and
way.
They would get me drinks and things.
What kind of age group was this? Like what kind of...
Oh, I was... my sluttiest years were from 17 until I make my ex 20. So I had 3 years of being like a slut. Yeah, but...
That's awesome. But you weren't arty at all?
Not at all. I didn't have a pen in my house.
So how did you go from... that to...
Well, then I had a really bad relationship for 6 years, and when I got out of that...
That's a long bad relationship.
Yeah. So, the good thing I got out of that was my photography. Because when my daughter was born, I wanted to get a camera to take good photos of her.
Right.
I thought a good camera would take good pictures.
Right.
And then I'm like, this isn't working. Like, my photos are shit anyways. And then I'm like, maybe I can take a class or something. So I went to TAFE. I did certificate 4. And then I'm like, wow, this is fun. And I love this.
Yeah. So actually, the course sparked you. I mean... Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and then I started taking photos.
Because a lot of people go to a course and it doesn't do jack shit for them.
Yeah. No, I loved it because I became good at it. And I've never been good at anything.
How did you how do you know I have so many photographers that are getting likes and stuff from their mates or whatever, but how do you know when you start getting good? I mean that hasn't been asked, but I think that's a good question.
I just liked what I was looking at. And
simple as that.
See, I didn't care if other people liked it. I saw it and I'm like, wow, this is really nice. And this is something that I would like to look at. Okay. And so I just kept on taking photos. And then I did diploma. And when I started diploma, I broke up with my ex. And then I just kept on going with my photos and that was all. And because I was, I thought I had nothing at that point. Photography and art was everything. I'm like, oh my God, okay. I have something here. I can make a living out of this. And I don't have to be, scared anymore of being like, oh my God, what the fuck am I going to do?
I mean, that's amazing how this art form had given you strength. You know how I understand people going to religion for strength, but it's interesting to think of art as... I mean, people talk about art as being therapeutic, and obviously people... good art makes people feel good. Yeah. But also, sometimes people get invited to an art gallery and they see a white on white painting or black on black and it sells for 10 million. People kind of it gives art a bad name. Yeah. So there's that weird kind of confusion, but I think it's mainly because people don't understand how powerful art can be to get you out of a hole that.
Yeah, it made me so much better. Because now I'm not afraid of what people would think because I'm not thinking about any of that. I'm just thinking about getting better at what I do. Because I'm not completely happy with what I do. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. Because you should be happy with your work. But
so
the
is
moment,
that part of the inspiration too?
The moment you like, I'm so happy with my work, I'm the best, that's when you're fucked and you stop going anywhere.
But that's got nothing to do with perfection though, right? It's just...
No,
it's like just trying to better yourself full stop, really,
yeah,
rather than looking for perfection.
I always want to do more and want to get better at what I do. And if I'm not getting better, then what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm just like, I'm doing the same shit every day.
Yeah, which is a trap.
Yeah, and it's boring, you know. I can't. I'm really like, you know, like, woo, like, you know, all over the place. So I can't be in this place for long. I have to like always move and be there and be over there.
But how do you, like, for people who ask the question, because I get that too, like sometimes at the end of a design talk, I had one particular girl ask me, how the hell are you so into what you're into? And she was so bewildered.
Wow.
And it's kind of like, I felt so sad for her because I'm kind of like, man, like, aren't you into something?
That is
like,
really sad.
But I think it's a valid question for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people will ask the question like, you know, where do you get your inspiration from? Because maybe they have a lack of it.
Yeah.
Or they can't find something. And,
yeah.
You know, it's like I alluded to, I hope it isn't just people watching videos every day for inspiration. Like, it has to come from somewhere deeper, right?
Yeah.
So you just mentioned that it was a fucked up relationship for 6 years. It's like, I talk about this on the show.
Yeah.
It seems to come up every podcast. It's like, you know, you're trying to help people to go the next level.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, it's not about listening to some words. It's about putting yourself through some pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, you learn more from crying than from laughing.
Right.
You know, so...
I agree with how much more powerful it is to think of a sad memory than it is a funny memory.
Because my life was perfect before that relationship. I had my mom's credit card. I didn't have a care in the world. I had my first job.
And you were just party girl.
Yeah, I was my first job when I was 21. Because my mom gave me everything. Like, I didn't have to work. And then I met this guy. Obviously, I had to work now. And then I was like, oh, shit. But I don't put all the blame on him.
Right. Obviously. It takes two to tango,
you know,
right?
It's not his fault. And also, I was letting him be that way. I wasn't, strong enough to either walk away or be like, bro, things are going to change now.
Did the kid have a lot to do with that? Because once you've had a kid, it's harder to leave?
Yeah, it was harder, but then that also pushed me to leave because my daughter was waking up like every morning screaming and crying because
you thought of her future and
we were fucking screaming. So obviously she woke up scared and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, like I can't do that to her.
Yeah.
Like she can't wake up in this house.
Yeah, you knew something had to change then.
So then I'm like, yeah, bye.
What I find really fascinating too is, like, I've gotten into trouble talking about children before, but it's like, I think children would be the ultimate creation. That's in my head. It's kind of like, I can pretty much create lots of things, but there's one thing that I sort of can't.
And you can fuck it up.
But yeah, sure.
You know, like, fuck.
But I just feel like I feel like I can partake in creating a child, but it's not something that I can do.
Yeah.
So I always look at, like, I don't mean to sound like I'm patronizing towards other creatives or male creatives, but I still feel like a child is the ultimate creation. Like, you can create an amazing electric car that's faster than any car on the planet, but it's like, or a rocket, but for me, it's like, it's never going to be as complex as another human being.
Yeah, like, right? You have to make this kid and raise this kid right.
It's so,
and that's
like,
fucking hard.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can't give them too much. You can't give them too little, or they're gonna have all these weird issues.
I can't imagine.
It's fucking hard. So with my daughter, I'm really firm, but I also give her a lot of love.
Yeah.
So it's like if she wants, you know, a juice, like a glass of juice, I'm like, go to the kitchen and go and, you know, get your...
You know what to do.
Get whatever you need.
Yeah.
Also, I've seen parents that give them just everything. It's like, oh, no, you know, stay there here.
You've seen everything. You've seen
know,
all
like,
types,
that is
right?
so shit. Like, you making your fucking kid a brat.
Yeah.
Life is not... Like, life is hard, and life is gonna fucking kick your kid in the face.
Yeah.
You're gonna just kick him.
You got to accept that.
And
you can't keep protecting him.
And you have... Kids need to be tough. Everybody's too sensitive now. You can't call people fat. You can't call
Yeah.
people skinny. Everything is, this fucking discrimination.
Yeah, it's
And
nuts,
it's like,
right?
no, fuck that. I don't have to like everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. And I don't feel bad about it.
I like how it sounds like I like how you're bringing her up. It's like encouraging her to be a friend as opposed to this hard line that she can't cross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought her up was like, I have so many people out there that aren't inspired by anything, and I get that they're struggling, but I'd imagine that if I had a kid and that I was a woman, that would be the most inspiring thing for me, that I wouldn't need to find more sadness or pain. Like, I see a lot of women have a kid and then their whole lives it's the kid.
Yeah.
It's like they want to start up a pram business or something, or a
Yeah.
baby goods business or
Yeah.
something. It just gets out of hand.
Yeah.
But it's awesome to see you pushing a new style in photography that you haven't tried before, and just to show people that you've got a young daughter.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're creating baby
Well,
goods.
yeah.
It's-
I don't post anything about my daughter or Ved on Facebook, Instagram. I keep my social media very private.
Yeah.
It's all about my work out there.
Yeah, but it's
Nobody knows
it's
that I have a
awesome
daughter.
that-
Nobody knows anything
But
about
isn't
me.
it great? It's like a lot of people would use that as leverage, or people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like what I like about you is it's a very less is more approach. There's not much information at you. It's this sort of dark, mysterious thing. I think it works in your favor.
Yeah.
And just for you to be having these kind of struggles in life that some people would consider a struggle, but to you it's just not. It's
not.
And so other people saying, like, wondering how they have a lack of drive. It's amazing that you've got so much drive, more than the inspiration that you get from your daughter. You've actually got even more than that.
Yeah.
And there's like, I'm sure some people out there kind of like, fucking how?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
I've heard a lot of moms that all they talk about is the kids. And it's like, fuck, like, do you do anything else other than the kid?
But that's understandable too.
Yeah, but like,
the little ray of sunshine.
The fucking kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna leave you alone. Kids don't give a shit. Kids are brutal. These shitty kids are gonna leave us, and then what the fuck do you do?
And then what are you gonna do?
Yeah, like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get fat and stay home.
Yeah.
And then just wait for the kids to come, like, on weekends. Like, fuck that. Like, I want my daughter to be like, bro, my mom takes amazing, like, photos. She does this, she does that, and I want her to be proud of, like, fuck, like, my mom is so great. Not like, oh, so what does your mom do? Oh, like, well, I don't know. She's like home cleaning, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny when a lot of children actually don't know what their parents do, or if you ask them about it, they don't want to spend more than a minute talking.
Yeah.
It's like, why not tell me everything about your parents? Like, I love hearing people's stories about the struggles that the parents had, and whenever I get drunk with my mom, I always want to hear those stories.
Yeah.
So,
like, I'm so proud of my mom. My mom she cleans. But man, she gets up at 6 every fucking day.
Yeah.
She cleans people's houses, and then she comes and she cooks, and like, it's non-stop. And I'm like, fuck, like, my mom has the energy of a fucking horse.
Yeah, she's a hustler.
Like, I don't care if she's a photographer, if she's a fucking doctor, whatever. Like,
she's got the right attitude.
She has her drive to get up. She doesn't complain. She gets up. She does what she needs to do. And she comes home and she takes care of, the house and my dad and everything. So it's not about what you do. It's about the drive you're showing your kids.
So,
like,
I mean, you would say, like, that still goes back around to these questions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is what inspires you as well, like family or your mom in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, my mom, she's amazing. She's been working since my dad left. So he left and my mom's like, okay, I have to fucking take care of these 2 kids.
Yeah.
And she's just been working forever.
See, I think I have that same thing as well. Like, I think my mum, she's such a hardworking person, and her dad was even more hardcore. And I think I'm the laziest of the bunch, but I've always said, like, I'm the busiest lazy person on the planet.
Well, you kind of work smarter.
Kinda.
You found something to do without having something to do.
Well,
you know?
I found something that when I put time in, I get reward.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like other people are stuck in this situation where they put 8 hours in a day and it doesn't get them any further ahead.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, like I've been saying a
sucks.
lot, like Elon Musk says to people, you know, you do a 100-hour working week, at the end of the year, you'll beat everyone that only did a 40-hour working week. And I think it's an interesting saying, but the more you think about it, you realize it's not about the hours. You could be doing a job where you still turn up to work and do a 100-hour week and it still won't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
You still have to be careful where you invest it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about just putting in the hours when you have someone like Stephen calling me up at 4 a.m. saying, actually, I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't just figure it out. Like, you have to actually witness it. Not witness it, it has to happen to you before you realize that you can do that. You can't just listen to people saying, yeah, just don't sleep. Yeah. Because if you haven't got, like you said, if you haven't got that passion... So, it's a valid question, but it's a really hard one to answer, isn't it?
Yeah,
because
it's hard.
You can't just give people the answer.
And I never think about where I get, you know, inspiration from. It comes from everywhere. Like
even looking at other photographers, that's a common question.
Like
right?
I follow so many photographers on Facebook, on like everywhere, and I just love what they do. There are photographers that shoot completely different to me. Yeah, it's really bright and like, you know, like really just white and
so you have an open appreciation for
and
styles.
I see that and I'm like, fuck, like that's so different from what I do. Like it's amazing. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, I guess I just love people that are doing stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't care if it's good or bad. Like, you are doing it. Yeah. And
it's more about the energy.
And maybe you don't feel good now, but just keep fucking doing it because you're going to get better. Yeah. Just keep fucking shooting girls or cars or flowers, whatever you do. Just keep doing it.
Yeah. They gotta pump it out too, though. Like, a lot of the time, but it's just too scared to show it or...
Yeah. You know? I know this girl, she takes photos, and she's getting a little bit, you know, discouraged at the moment because she's not getting paid enough. And all these girls just want to shoot for free. Yeah. And she's like, fuck, I want to be paid for my work. And I'm like, well, you fucking shoot, but just keep fucking shooting. Even if you shoot your best friend every week. Yeah. Just fucking keep shooting. Yeah. Because if money is gonna discourage you, then you're gonna have a shitty time.
The wrong path. It's the wrong path.
Because photography is like, it's up and down. Well, sometimes I'm booked for weeks and then I have no money for like 2 weeks. Yeah. And I'm like I don't care.
Someone said that on the other day on their YouTube channel, like, fuck all you pricks that say YouTube is not a real job, you know? And then I made a comment because I'm getting more involved in YouTube now and I'm starting to I can't help myself. I've got to make a comment on this. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm not arguing that it's a real job. Potentially it is. But I can understand the 9-to-5er sitting there going, fuck you. Yeah. You're at home doing nothing all day. You can make a YouTube video a day. Yeah. Big deal. Like, get a real job. And I kind of get both sides.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean? Like, and for
but it takes a lot of time to make a fucking video.
It does, but it's like full-time job it's really hard to compare. Yeah, like of course. And I think if you want that consistency as an artist, then you might need a full-time or part-time job because the system offers you that. Yeah. Whereas YouTube could decide to demonetize you and you'll literally lose all of your followers or close down your channel. Whereas in a job, you'd get a notice and it's more set up for a system. Yeah. So I think people are scared of that still. And I think it's fine for them to be scared of that. Like, it's one thing that I've never said to people is like, you know, even the first day of uni, they said to us, if you're here because you want to make money, well, you might as well just leave now. Yeah. And I disagreed with that from day one because I'm proof that you can make money. Yeah. But I think maybe what he should have said was, if you're here to make consistent money. Yeah, that's the word.
I
think that's more it. I think there's money to be made in the creative services. It's not going to be
the same money every week.
Yeah, right. Whereas the person who works for the same corporation for 30 years of their life has a consistent raise, right? And it just gets bigger and better. And when you leave, you get a massive bonus. Yeah. It's all perfect.
Yeah.
But that's the system.
Yeah.
Um,
I really admire people that can do the 9 to 5 thing.
yeah, me too.
Because I don't have the discipline to follow through shit.
Oh, man.
I can't. The reasons I would never get married is because I like living situations as fast as possible. Being stuck in a marriage is not going to let me do that. It's like, fuck, like if I'm married, I'm actually going to have to do all this shit to live.
Really?
And it's like, that's too much.
You mean the legal
Yeah,
ramifications
and it's too
of
much.
it?
Like when I end things, it's like, okay, I grab my bag and
Move on.
okay, bye.
Next.
You know, yeah. Like I just like leaving shit as quick as possible.
I'm
I
a
hate
bit like
being
that
stuck.
with things as well.
I hate being stuck in one
Yeah.
place.
I feel sorry for people who are. You know, I feel sorry for people who want to move on.
Yeah.
But then someone's dragging them down. Like
Yeah.
that's or whether it's family, usually it's family.
Yeah.
Or friends.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Like, oh.
Hey, I want to move on to
Yeah.
another one of Sam's questions was just he's keen to hear both our thoughts on directing models versus just letting models do
Oh,
their
I love
thing.
when they do their own thing.
Don't
Like,
you prefer
I love
that?
it. Yeah, I love it.
Don't you think that takes a more experienced model though?
Yes, which I love shooting with girls that I've been shooting forever. It's so much fun, and it makes my job so much easier.
Yeah. Because you don't have to have a
You know?
vision. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You're letting them be.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just like, okay, go. And
I'm with you. Yeah.
like some girls change the pose every click.
I know.
And like it's amazing. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this?
I know. They're actually dancing for you, but in knowing to
Yeah.
hear your click.
And it's man, modeling is hard.
Oh yeah.
Before I started photography, I thought there were just, pretty girls.
Yeah.
The prettiest girl can look like shit on camera.
Oh man, I say it to the pretty girls all the time.
And I get
still need to be
these
shot right.
girls, they know how to move and where to look and the angles, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fucking
with
amazing.
you. I'm with you too. Like I think some of the best. I mean, Kasha Zhu was probably one of my favorite models to shoot from New York because she's just like, she moves so much that I had to tell her, "Can you hold
Chill.
that?" And she won't. She won't hold it. She just like,
Bitch, bye.
you try to go back to a pose that she was doing, and there's no possible
Yeah.
way she actually can't be posed.
Yeah.
Good and bad, right? But at the same time, it's just like, oh, don't worry,
It's
she'll
amazing.
move so
Yeah.
much that they'll catch something else.
Yeah, I love that.
And then there's like girls that I suppose are trying, because you can only try.
Yeah.
But then it's funny when you're trying so hard that like I almost start giggling behind. I don't mean to, but it's almost like, oh my god, what am I shooting here? A snake or something? It's interesting.
Like I get heaps of girls that just want photos for their boyfriends or husbands. So those photos are not for Instagram or Facebook.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
So you
so
can
they-
have more fun.
So they don't know how to pose because they're not they're just regular girls that
Right.
need photos for their guys.
Right.
But yeah, usually it takes like 5 minutes. They're like, oh my god, like they are really tense.
I know.
And then I just tell them, look, right now you are the queen. Right now you're the baddest bitch on the fucking earth. So just
Yeah.
go. I'm like, just move however you want to move,
Yeah.
and I'll just take the shots and make you look like great.
Yeah.
So I tell them, I just say to them, give me 2 clicks. So every 2 clicks, move.
Then move.
Move
Yeah,
like,
cool.
I don't know, even if it's just, your hand or your leg.
I'm the same. Small
Just-
movements, please.
yeah.
Not anything radical.
Yeah. So I'm like, every 2 clicks, just move something.
Yeah, I'm the same. I fall into that as well,
Yeah.
especially to get girls going in the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I've had girls, they're like, oh, like, like I'm really shy and stuff. And after 5 minutes, like the brass off.
I know, right?
And I'm like, yeah.
But it's awesome when I think that's the thing. Like I think a lot of photographers have asked me, and maybe you get the same questions. They would actually like to be involved in watching you shoot.
Yeah, I've had a few.
I've had a lot of
Yeah,
that,
I have
right?
a few photographers and like video guys, but then I would have to ask, my model.
Oh, I would never.
'cause,
I would never because
Like, I can't
think
bring
the vibe
anybody.
is important. I think
Yeah.
the one-on-one making your model feel comfortable is so crucial. And I think that a lot of people seeing the end result don't understand how much work there is involved in in making a model feel comfortable. Because if you didn't, then chances are you would have had to hand pose that shot.
Yeah.
Like, and I can do that. I can go in there and say, move that until it's in line with that. But I'd rather only do it with one limb as opposed to someone's whole body.
Yeah.
Which, how many shots are you going to do where you have to pose someone every single shot? It's just not going to happen.
No, it gets tricky. That's why I tell them every 2 clicks, move something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a massive change. Just, a little bit.
Are you brutal as well? I mean, I have to be brutal sometimes. It's like if a girl's opening her mouth a certain way. These chairs, like I'm sitting in the comfortable one.
Like, damn, fuck you and your shit.
But I need to change that situation. Yeah, I need to get a posture chair for there.
No, it's not the chair. It's the material. My ass
your
is
materials.
sweating.
Oh shit! I could turn the aircon on.
No, it's good.
What were we talking about?
Posing.
Yeah. So.
Being, brutal. You said you.
Yeah. So sometimes I do have to be like. I do sit down my models in front of their Instagrams on the big screen, and I will go through their photos, and I'll sometimes be so brutal as to pick out a shot. I'm like,
never do that again.
Never let a photographer shoot you from underneath again, because it makes your jaw look more pronounced than it is. And like you're getting lots of likes on this photo because your tits are in it, but actually your jaw looks really bad in this shot. So then it's interesting then when you're shooting models, you're teaching them to tuck that jaw in or something. And sometimes if I was to publish that, maybe I'd cop a bit of hate for it. But it's just a way for me to look for the best possible shot. And I kind of know.
Actually, I've never done that.
So you don't direct that hard.
But it's great. Like, it's a great idea. I have the luck of working with girls that like already know their angles.
Yeah, cool.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a great idea.
I mean, I sort of almost pride myself on that. I suppose I see a lot of pretty girls. I look at their Instagrams and go, my God, you're a pretty girl, but this shot is just the wrong angle of your face. Or if you've got a square chin, you can shoot it from upside down or certain angles to make it the chin a diminishing thing to make it look sharp. But like, I suppose you can't expect everyone to look at that. Maybe they're looking at another body part or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
some girls don't really. Some girls don't really care for that in anyways. As long as the boobs are out,
well,
they're still gonna get the likes. And some girls don't even like appreciate, honesty. And that's why I have like 3 friends.
And it's hard to progress too. Like like I said, a lot of pretty girls are really pretty, and some of them are even photogenic.
Yeah.
And some of them, the photographers are doing all the work. Like I know a lot of girls who aren't great models.
Yeah.
And I think by working with people who are maybe pushing them a little bit harder, they're actually going to learn.
Yeah. What I see in models, because before I used to do a lot of TFP.
Yeah. I never understood that. Trade for print. I don't even understand what that means, but it's an old school term.
Yeah, it's
that
like...
means no money involved.
Yeah, nobody gets paid. So I used to do that. And before working with a girl, I used to go on the Instagram.
Check out their
and
tastes.
If they had the same face in every photo, then I'll be like, no, because then that puts more work on me. If you only have one face, you are not a model.
See, I go further and message them and go, I'm sure I can get 5 more faces out of you.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like I do that when I'm drunk. So I message girls and say, oh my God, you're a pretty girl, but these are horrible photos.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like sometimes the truth works for me, but I suppose it's like if someone was to record that shit, like maybe make me out to be a real dick, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like, I don't want to have to tippy toe.
Yeah, no, I don't do that either. Like I had these girls, I think it was a dance group or something, and they wanted photos for the website and stuff, and they wanted something in front of the mirror and all this shit. I knew already that shot wasn't going to work.
It was going to be a nightmare, yeah.
And I'm like, look, that's going to look shit. And she's like she kind of went like, I'm like, that's gonna look shit, and I'm here not just to take photos, but also to let you know what works and what doesn't work.
Sure. How'd she buy that?
Yeah, so she's like, oh, you know, okay, great. After she came out of like the shock,
Yeah.
she's like, okay, great. Then let's just do whatever you think looks best.
Yeah.
And I'm like, awesome. Let's go to the fucking white wall and let's do it there. And like the photos, they loved it.
Yeah, cool.
And I'm like, if I put all of you in the fucking mirror,
Yeah.
you're gonna see all this other shit over here, and it's just too busy.
Yeah. Well, that takes guidance too, but obviously, yeah, some girls are like that. They have a shot in their head.
Yeah.
And then now that they've got the opportunity to work with a photographer, they're like, oh, you can do that, can't you? You know, and it's like, well, you can't expect everyone to know your style for being that style. You're every now and then going to get a client that says, can I have unicorns and rainbows?
Yeah.
Even though you don't do that.
Yeah.
But
I'll do whatever they pay me to do.
Yeah,
in, like,
exactly.
photos, but I always say to them, I'm telling you, this is gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
I can do something better, but if you're happy with this, it's your call.
I mean, that leads on to another one of Sam's questions, which was like, how do you find people to work with, agencies, TFP? So you said TFP you used to do, or friends of friends.
I get all my bookings on Instagram. All the girls find me on Instagram.
I've had a lot of people say that that's where they primarily do business too. Isn't that interesting?
Facebook does nothing for me.
Yeah,
I get
Facebook's
nothing.
Getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I get nothing from Facebook. So all the girls get me on Instagram.
It goes to show how powerful Instagram really is,
Yeah.
you know, as a platform for models and creatives in general.
Yeah, I get all my work from there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And how many followers do you have now?
Like 5,000.
That's not bad.
But it's not great either. Like, like the sad thing is that people think that followers means, you know, talent. So the more followers you have, the more talented you are. And it's like, fuck, like I need more followers.
Well, you could have 1 billion followers and not have any work, though. You know what I mean? Like maybe they don't get work. Maybe they get a whole lot of guys wanting free photos.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I need to work.
Let me see if there's any more questions. I reckon that was it for the questions, except Raynor, he has a question about your toning techniques, because he thinks you're a wizard.
Aww.
But toning techniques, what does that even mean to you? Talk about your toning.
I don't know.
I think what he means is your dark tones. Like I think it is because you've got like we talked about before. Like you have a gothy kind of darkness to your character.
I don't really know how to explain that, because like what you see on Instagram is how they come on camera. So I just shoot really dark.
So it's not like your work doesn't have that big spectrum of like every color under the palette. You know what I mean? It's got a more restrained. It's like you know how there's black and whites that are like really blacks. Yeah. Your work reminds me of like the more noir style, like a darker style. And so that's probably what he means, is like
maybe because
talk
like,
about it.
I just shoot.
I think it's just an extension of your personality.
Yeah, I just shoot really dark, and play with like levels a bit. Yeah, I don't really know what he means by tones.
I think that's all. I think you know, when I look at your work, it's not like wishy-washy, or it's not super colorful or anything. It's more like it's always got dark tones. And what I like about your gel work is you've carried across the tones. In my opinion, is what he means. Is you've carried across your tones, but you've got so much more color in it now, and that's unusual. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people go from one radical style to another. Yeah. But I think you've carried your darker tones across. Yeah,
I'm just I just love dark stuff.
You're more attracted to that than the silly, funny stuff.
Yeah, I don't really like to shoot like really bright. Like I think it's beautiful. It's just I don't think it suits me. So yeah, I tend to
err on the dark
stay
side.
in the dark.
I like that too. Like I always say, as a musician, like as a guitarist, there's dots on the guitar, right, on the fretboard. There's notes, and I always say that the notes are the happy notes, but when you land on the note that's slightly off from that, the next one, it always sounds darker.
Yeah.
I always wait for the off notes. I think a keyboard would be the same. Like the white notes are the happy notes, but the black ones are like the jazzy notes.
Yeah,
so
even with when it comes to music, I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Depends on what I'm doing.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the sound of like the violin, but that really creepy
darker, moodier
it's
stuff.
not like that happy, let's go dancing with the violin. It's like vampire.
Yeah.
Like
Gothic.
Yeah. So I'm more attracted to like the dark stuff. I just think it looks better for me.
Yeah, it suits your moment of change in your life better than the
But
happy
maybe
stuff.
in the future I'll start doing all,
Unicorns.
white and pink and fluffy.
You never know.
Everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck happened to you? I'll be like, bitch, I'm happy.
On the topic of like being, I want to keep it creative. So I know we share frustrations as artists, but I was just thinking before you came on the podcast, I was thinking like, we talked a little bit about struggle, but the more I think about it, it's like a common theme with artists.
Yeah.
And like this whole starving artist thing. I started thinking, because I like going back to sayings, and then there's sayings that you've had in your head your whole life. But then when you go back to them at certain parts of your life, they mean different things.
Yeah.
So that whole starving artist thing, I got myself thinking about it, and I thought it'd be an interesting thing for us to talk about.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you were born into wealth, can you be a successful artist?
Yeah.
Or do you think is there anything in the starving artist analogy that works, and why does it seem to work better?
Well, I think that's pretty dumb,
Generally
nowadays.
speaking, I think so.
Yeah, nowadays that's pretty dumb. People just hate people that haven't struggled, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you should be happy if someone was born in a beautiful place.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, people are like, okay, if you are, if you paint, and if you just paint like, skulls and death, then your personality should be really shitty and dark, and you always like in pain. And it's like, no, like,
I'm happy.
Maybe
I
that
just
guy's
love
getting
paint. I love skulls.
drunk yesterday, and he's getting drunk, and he's eating like ice cream, and like,
it's like, you can't be eating ice cream. You're meant to be depressed.
Yeah. like everybody thinks your art, goes with who you are.
Right.
I don't think that.
Right.
Which is not a popular opinion, because all artists are like I let my emotions in the painting and shit. I'm like, I just do whatever the fuck comes to my head.
Yeah.
I can be the happiest girl, which I am. And I can still do dark and moody and creepy. That doesn't mean anything. That's why when I do my my art pieces, like the panda with the camera, all this art Photoshop stuff, I don't give meaning to things. Because first of all, people
make up their own meanings
anyway. They don't
anyway,
give a shit about what I think.
Right.
They look at it, they're like, oh, like, it makes me feel this way, and this is what it means. And I'm like, yeah, like,
yeah.
Whatever.
It's up for interpretation.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I think artists put themselves in this box.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, because this whole street artist, and you know how it's like, I get the idea of, I get the idea that if you were broke, and that is enough for you to start drawing or painting, because you're kind of like, you're so upset with not having money that you start to create. But then money comes into it then, like when you start selling your artwork and I suppose it's about the compromises, you know what I mean? Like, if you were painting because you were upset that you were broke, and the painting gave you relief from being broke, then there's one thing. Or do you, I suppose, do you want to be famous for your talent? And do you want recognition and that's the driving factor. So there's almost like there's two driving factors, and I think the general consensus out there might be that if you were trying to get the hits and the followers and the respect, then what's going to happen when you finally get it? Do you cease to be an artist?
Yeah, which is dumb as shit. Banksy got a lot of hate because he was, you know, a street artist, you know, against like the system, and now he's fucking rich, and a lot of people hate him for that. I'm like,
weird, right?
Bitch, what the fuck? Like, be happy for the guy. Like, he fucking made it. He did what we all want to do.
Yeah.
He makes money.
But that's probably a lot of it's probably just jealousy.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
So it's like, okay, so this guy had to just paint for you guys?
I think there's generally speaking nothing wrong with a bit of both, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing wrong with like loving the art for art's sake, as well as.
But if you're making money, great.
Right.
Like I think the goal is in the end is that. I don't think people get up in the morning like, okay, I'm gonna spend 3 months in this painting. Just because.
So that's what I think. I think you're helping to demystify that, because I think people feel like I've always felt like money is dirty and evil, and I'm trying my best to think that it's not, because I knew that when I was saying that, it's only because I didn't understand it.
I used to think that when I had money.
Yeah, I'm giving it away now, and I'm
when
broke.
When I fucking had no money, I was like, shit. Actually, money is not so bad.
Yeah.
I need this shit.
Yeah, you need it to create.
Yeah, like I need money. And before, because I never needed money, because my parents gave me everything, I was like, oh, like money is evil and all this and all that.
You needed to find out for yourself.
And now I'm like, money's great. And if I can make money doing what I love, then that's even more great. I don't have to be someplace from 9 to 5 hating life the whole day to make money.
For me, it's more. For me, it's gotten more complicated. Like it's gotten so up to specifics, and I think I don't expect anyone to find it this complicated. I think it's just because I've gotten older and I've had. I had one situation where I've been doing banner ads for internet forums and stuff. Right, there's 3 different sizes, and then they're GIF animations. You can have to keep them very small so that they load really quickly. Basically, they always look like shit at the end, especially if you're an artist. You like to use more than 300 colors. Sorry, you got to use a web palette or something, right? And it takes me no more than 5 to 10 minutes to do these, and I get $400.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
That's amazing,
right? So I've been doing them for a long time for these guys, and then one morning I just said to myself that, like, you know what? Ever since day one of being a graphic or web designer, I've been doing banner ads. Like since day one. Yeah. And I'm 40 fucking years old now. And I'm like, I don't care that it's $400 for 5 minutes. I'm never going to do a banner ad ever again for the rest of my fucking life. And I said to them, fuck you and your banner ads. Take your $400. They only took me 10 minutes anyway, but fuck you. Thanks, but bye. And you know what? I feel like when I'm sitting there with a bill that I can't pay, you know, I've got a stack now that it's like it's high, like on the bench. It's gone past my belly button, and I said goodbye to Toyo, which was like $1,000 a month. Yeah. And it's kind of like I feel so good for saying no, but it's like, man, I kind of do need that money. I kind of regret, but it's like I don't have many regrets in life. But like, my God, I wish I was a little bit easier on myself about that shit. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel so free that I'm never gonna do a banner ad ever again. There's something about that freedom as well. There's something about this, like the reason why I don't do design anymore is because I sacked the client, and then I started getting really good at sacking clients. Like it only needed one for me to, you know, the first one was like, oh, I'm sorry, but this logo is way too good for you. You know, if I give you this logo, your business might be successful based off the logo alone. And that's not fair. And he was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I thought it was funny.
You fucking suck.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. But then, you know, I was like, sacking the next guy, and I got really good at it. And it's kind of like, be careful what you wish for, because now, you know, if a client, God forbid, says, oh, Justin, can you change the angle of that? I come down on them like, oh, forget that I asked. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Like, we all do things that work for us.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong way.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong. if I get paid whatever to do whatever, like it's in photography.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, bro, I'll just shoot whatever.
Yeah. Do you think over time that do you reckon you'll keep that up like that? Or, see, this is the thing, right? Because right now, with only 5,000 followers and you're not as big as you'd like to be, when you get to a stage where, that's the thing, I suppose attitudes can change, you know what I mean? So maybe you do get to a stage where, this client's, even though they're paying me, it's shit work, I don't need to do it.
Well, the way I see it, to me, real success comes from happiness. I'm happy as shit. Like, I have an amazing boyfriend, my daughter's amazing, everything's amazing. So when I say I would do anything for money in my field, it means that's because I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
And I would do it, I would shoot for fucking free, which I did for I didn't charge for like the first 2 years because I wasn't good enough. But I loved it.
That's a good question. How do you know when you're good enough?
I just liked it. I saw it. I'm like,
when you wake up and you're happy with it.
I'm not extremely happy. There's always room to improve. But it's not like, I don't see it.
What if there's another photographer out there who can't shoot well, and they're saying to you and arguing till they're blue in the face, but I fucking like it. I mean, that's the hard thing about art, isn't it? Like, someone can grab a canvas and literally not even look at it and splat some paint on it and go, well, I like it. Yeah. I like it.
Then, that's great.
You reckon?
If you fucking like it, awesome.
There's nothing you can say to convince them, I suppose.
No, like, if everything is, about, perception. I'm a really happy person, which it doesn't show in my work because it's so dark.
Yeah.
But I'm a really happy person. So I never have any issues in daily life, and I never see the negatives in life because I'm such a happy person. And if something happens, I'm like, what?
You rub off on people like that, I've had some girlfriends say to me, oh my God, Kat's fucking awesome. Like, but it's like they didn't know you were awesome until you gave them a lift home or something, like until they actually got to spend some time with you.
Well, because I'm very, okay, I don't know if this is the right word, but I'm very, exclusive with the people I give myself to.
I know another guy that.
So I'm not,
your boyfriend. I mean, like, he is took me a while to get to know him.
Well, when we met, we clicked like that.
Yeah.
And then I was
he doesn't just let anybody in.
And then I'm like, oh my God, like, I like him so much. But he wasn't taking the hint that I actually liked him.
He's not easy to break through.
Yeah. So I'm like, if I broke through that, I can break through anything.
Ved is one of those, like, I don't want to cause a lot of spam his way. Yeah. Right? But he's one of those guys that, like, it's old world. Yeah. You got to work to earn his friendship.
Yeah.
That's how it should fucking be. Do you know what I mean?
It's because it means so much. It's so...
But it's so refreshing to meet someone like him, like that isn't just like, come over and, I'll add you on Facebook. You know what I mean? It's like, it's
there refreshing. Are friends that you have that are always there. And then you need something and you can't see them anyway. Ved and I are the type of people that, okay, we're not going to be there maybe for the good times, but if you need something, we are fucking there.
Yeah.
So I'm really, positive, but I don't like to spend time with a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
because some people are just fucking draining.
Well, yeah.
Like, you ask them, like, hey, like, how's life? They're like, oh, you know. And as soon as someone says that, I'm like, okay.
But I'm in it for, I feel like that's the work. I feel like that's the work. And that's the love or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if it's just myself. I feel like if I don't attend to that kind of stuff, then I'll lose the balance. Yeah. It's like I'm not great at balance with paying bills and shit. Yeah. But there's one thing that I think that I can do, which is like learn to listen.
See, we are so different because I have no time for bullshit.
You have no desire. Yeah.
I have no time for bullshit. If you're complaining to me because you're fat and I see you eating ice cream, I'll be like, bitch, what the fuck?
No. But I'm like that too. But then in doing so, what happens is, what I find in doing so, they find that so refreshing that you called them out, that then almost need to hold on to you every week and see you every week, because it's like
I honestly have like 3 or 4 friends max, and to those friends I give my everything.
Yeah.
I'm chatting with them. I'm with them all the time, and that's why I don't allow myself to have 50 friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the time to tend to them the way I would like to. So I would rather reserve myself to these people.
Yeah.
And help them as much as I can and listen to them. But when the problems get a little bit,
if it's real,
when it's like dumb shit, like
yeah, sure, you
like,
call it
my
out.
God, like
well, let's not waste time talking about this.
Like I'm single, I'm so sad. I'm like, what? Like you sad because you're fucking single?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, yeah. But that, I mean, I don't stand for that either. Anytime a young person says to me, "Oh, they feel so old," I'm like, next conversation. Like
okay,
next.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
But but at the same time, I do think like in doing these podcasts now, I do feel like I'm reopening up to that again. Like for a while there, I stopped, but then maybe that's where we're different. Definitely. Like I think like people, I've seen enough cases of people clicking.
Yeah.
And finally getting it. And I loved it when I was a part of it. I loved it when I finally got through, so I don't want to give up too early. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think some people drain the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I think I must drain the fuck out of some people too. So
yeah.
It's, like all my previous long-term relationships, my God, someone that talks as much as I do must be pretty draining sometimes. Even though I think that I'm giving by talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's balance again. It goes back to balance, I think.
Well, my relationship with Ved, it's amazing because I talk a lot and he doesn't talk a lot, but he's so nice to me that he listens to all the shit that I have to.
He talks a lot about the right topics.
Yeah, but when I talk a lot and he's just he's just there just listening.
You and I both, because I remember
he just goes with like whatever crap I'm saying, and I'm like, oh, like thanks. Like I know he doesn't give a shit,
right.
But like I just appreciate so much that he does the effort to be like, okay, yes, okay.
Is awesome.
Like it's so nice.
Awesome. I remember one of the earlier times I met you was at Bed's in his cave, and we were having a session. You came in late, so whenever someone comes in late, it's like you got to catch up whenever. It's a different vibe, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. The vibe was awesome, and I hadn't talked to you much at all at that stage. But then we were talking about like your ex-partner and all this stuff. And
I remember.
And you were just opening up, and I was just like, and then we were talking about that artwork of yours as well with the chest cage and and deeper meanings behind your artwork, and we got talking about relationships, and I just remembered like, actually, it was just us two talking, and I don't remember Ved contributing at all.
No, he was just
He was for a while, but I reckon like maybe it was an hour or 2 hours into it, he just yells out, "Fucking hell, if you guys want to keep talking about fucking relationships, get the fuck out, guys." And I just went, oh my God, we talk too much. Oh, so funny. I just remember that day. It's like, he can talk like till he's blue in the face, but like not so much about relationships, more about like conspiracy theories.
And cars and
like certain things. Like he's not just cars though. Like he's definitely super deep. Yeah. Like super deep, but not on relationships. But like he's deep about like life and humanity. Yeah.
Society. We talk about everything. The first day I met him, because we went to the same TAFE, but we were in different classes. So we actually never saw each other.
Right.
And when I finished TAFE, he sent me a message saying that my work was really nice. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Smooth, Ved, smooth.
No, he just said it because he liked my work.
I was there, by the way, at the art show.
Yes, I remember. And then the first time I actually met him face to face, he asked me to shoot a wedding with him in Wollongong.
Ah, that's right, I remember.
And I was freaking out because...
Yeah, it's a big ask.
So I just said, I'll go shoot it with you. And I was freaking out because I didn't know if he was going to understand what I was saying, because the fucking accent, it's like so strong. So I'm like, what the fuck? What if he doesn't understand me and it's a long drive? So I'm like, oh, hey, and we just clicked. Like, we didn't shut up the whole way there and the whole way back.
That's awesome.
And like it was so awesome. And then I'm like, oh my god, he's fine. Like he's so cute.
He's like a lovable bear.
Yes, yes.
So
like
cuddly
I
and-
love him. And yeah, we just clicked on everything. We had the same, we just hated the same things. We loved the same things. We are like really different, but really similar. It's weird.
It was so cute because I remember like, he said he would never have asked anyone to come along with him to see
that's
our
what
show,
she said.
but he just had to ask me. But he was so like genuine about it,
No, he's so
like,
cute.
will you come? Because like I got the hots for this girl, and she's having.
He's
it's
so
like,
cute.
He understood that it would never be the kind of thing that I would go to.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you're a good friend,
Yeah. Yeah,
you're not
he's
there
so
during
cute.
everything.
Yeah.
But if someone's in need, like
After I got to meet him properly, I was like, fuck, like for him to come to the show, that was big. And I'm like,
yeah.
because he doesn't
You
give
know
a
how
shit
he
about
hates
going
people.
anywhere.
He
Yeah,
hates people.
He doesn't go anywhere.
I hate people suck.
So that was so cool. And then, oh man, I remember the first time we kissed. This is how clueless he was. He didn't know that I liked him.
Yeah,
And
right.
I was throwing all these signs everywhere. Okay.
So he was still like not.
He had no clue.
Yeah.
And he drove me to the train station. And before I got out of the car, like I, opened the door. Then I closed the door. And I'm like, can I ask you something? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you ever going to kiss me? Because you're this close to the friend zone.
Right.
And he's like,
Oh
yeah.
shit.
And then we kissed. And it was the first kiss. And it was amazing. And then I'm like, I was like, yep. Like,
Done.
I'm going to stay here. Because it's funny because that same weekend, I was supposed to go out on a date with some guy.
No way.
So that same night, I was like, look, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Bye.
Isn't it funny how that happens though? I always find stories like that.
And like, fuck the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that first kiss was like, oh my God, like yes. Like,
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, I'm like, I found my way.
But that's the thing. I love that. Without getting into specifics, I always find that I get along with girls as well as guys, if not better.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder when Ved and I are hanging in the cave and you come up in conversation and he has a closed-minded thought, I'll actually battle not for you so much as, well, more, yeah, if I didn't know you at all, I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's kind of like when someone is saying that they're never going to do something in a relationship, but then you know that because they're aware of that, then that is the thing that prevents them from doing it because they're aware of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hate to be that guy that showed a mirror to him sometimes, but I felt like I was justified in doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
like in the beginning, he didn't want a relationship. Well, I didn't want one either. But the funny thing is that because he said to me that he didn't want a relationship and he thought that I did. And I was like, well, then what if I want one?
Yeah.
So what the fuck,
What am I doing then?
If I want a relationship, I'm getting a relationship. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. A lot of guys don't realize that you can't just form
got it.
ideas on your own.
Well,
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, so a guy will converse with another guy or whoever is closest.
Yeah.
And then they'll try to problem solve and make decisions.
Yeah.
So that then they can. This is what's wrong with relationships in general. This is what I'm saying. Like, I called him out a couple of times. And I didn't mean to. It's just I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I could see him struggling with certain parts of the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, bro, it's all in your head,
yeah.
man, because it's like you're thinking too far ahead, or there's two people involved in this. Like you need to be having this conversation with the person that you're in it with.
Well, in the beginning, I actually end things, and then after like two weeks, he sent me a message like how's life and stuff, and we went on a picnic.
Yeah.
He had this picnic and stuff, and then he asked me like, what is a relationship to you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, a relationship is about pride. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, because you are telling everybody, look, this is the human I chose.
I want to show them off.
Like, fucking hell, look at the human I have. And because the person you with represents who you are. It's like a reflection of you.
Yeah.
So, So, like, whenever I see guys complaining about the girlfriends or girlfriends complaining about the guys, I'm like, well, you must be pretty shit as well.
Yeah, well, it's obvious.
Because
obviously,
if she's so shit,
yeah, it's obvious. Yeah.
why don't you get someone better?
Yeah.
If she has all these awful qualities, or
Yeah.
you know, so whenever someone complains about their relationship, straight away,
It's a bad reflection
I'm like,
on themselves. Yeah.
bro, you are so shit.
Yeah.
Because why?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so proud of Ved,
Yeah.
of being with him, because he's so amazing. So in the way I see it, I must be great too, because he also picked me.
Yeah. And that's 100% too. Like,
Yeah.
because we both know him.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't stand for something shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we know how picky he is.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, so like it's whenever someone complains about their boyfriend or girlfriend, I just tell them. I'm like, then what the fuck are you doing with that person if they're so shit?
Yeah, and you're coming from a place with experience as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And now I'm like, fuck yes, like finally I got to where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So when people are like complaining and like unhappy, it's like, well, you kind of want to be there.
What would you say to someone who is a creative and needs to, right? If you're a creative, you really need to do this. You need to be creative. You need to find success.
Yeah.
But what do you say to someone like that who is in a abusive relationship with someone who maybe it's not abusive, maybe it's just a relationship where the person's never ever in their lifetime going to understand the art that you make, so they can, because they can't understand it, maybe they have an inability to appreciate it. And if you talk about like being proud, and pride is important, then what the fuck if you're going out with someone that is never going to be proud of you as an artist because they actually don't understand it? It's not because they're a bad person.
Yeah.
It's because they sit there and to them it just looks like
shit.
Well, they just don't.
Yeah.
No emotion.
Yeah.
You know. So what would your advice? Not advice, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well,
like,
I would just say, just leave them. Legit, like if you should be like happy and like excited to be with someone.
Right, and it shouldn't be frustrating.
If you ask someone how's your missus, and they're like, oh, she's there. That's like,
she's just making another painting.
That's fucking shit.
She's just doing another photograph.
When someone asks me about vet at work every day, I'm like, oh my god, like, and I don't shut up.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that excitement about your
what they love,
partner,
what they love,
and
what makes them happy,
and if you know, like, man, like she just made this fucking painting and look at it and it's so great, then like, what's the point? Like, like when you're with the wrong person, that makes you the wrong person as well.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people hold on. A lot of people hold on.
You
though,
can't
right?
grow if your fucking ground is all shit. I mean, technically shit makes stuff grow, but you get the point.
Yeah, foundations. I think that it goes back to foundations. I think if you're, because I do know, because there's the other thing that people value, which is sexuality, and people do value like you have to have sexual attraction and all that kind of stuff, but I think people get confused at how much they should value that.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there that value that maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
And then they end up with a partner who doesn't value what is equally or if not more important.
Yeah. Oh.
Which is like the thing that actually makes you happy.
That's pretty shit. Like my sexual life, like, I'm fucking Spanish. I'm always on. I'm always on. But the connection I have with Ved, it's amazing. We have this amazing sex life. So like, it's great. So I think when you find the actual right person,
correct.
That connection is just amazing.
Yeah. So then you got to wonder, like, all these people that are wondering, this isn't quite right. Well, obviously it isn't.
It's not.
That's the sad
if you
truth.
have to like wonder, then it's not.
But isn't
it's not for
truth?
you.
Like you.
And if you're scared that you're not gonna find anything else, well, you can't be worse than you are now.
Yeah, but I see a lot of younger people just deciding to be single because it's just fucking too hard. And it is fucking hard.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Well, but it is hard being single or being in a relationship.
It's hard to find someone who values what you value in life.
It's hard finding someone, but once you find the right person, it's so easy. Like life becomes so easy.
Yeah, but it's interesting for these people to choose to be single because next thing you know, they're single forever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're young is when you should or could be making mistakes.
Yeah.
But it's hard for them. I get that it's hard for them too because they don't want to look like guys don't want to look like a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like we just didn't have that word back then.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm so happy we have it now though.
Well,
I'm so happy we have a word.
but sometimes it isn't even fuckboyism if a guy's just okay. If a guy goes out with a girl goes out with a guy. They kind of know in their gut that it isn't right. Yeah. But they still do it anyway until someone better comes along. But you know what? I'd rather them do that and learn the mistakes of a relationship than
of course.
Be the young person that I know now that is like, I'm just going to play computer games every single night of the fucking week and month and year. Miss Right's out there somewhere. Yeah. I'll find them eventually. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you have to be active.
Well, my mom always said you have to try before you buy. It's like a little bit of slight advice, but it works.
Well, fuckboyism doesn't mean you gotta sleep with them, but you gotta date. Yeah. Right? You just have to.
You have to date.
You have to. Like I had a situation where I had a couple of guys over here, single guys, and we had a good catch up, but for them it was a sexually frustrating catch up. Because they were kind of like, man, why don't you just bring some of your girls over? I'm like, that's not how it works, boys. Like you want to come over to my house in the comfort of my own home, and for me to invite girls for you to talk to. I mean,
what?
What? Like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, I'm pretty sure you're meant to put the effort in, guys, and go out and date and
Well, whenever I get girls that are like, they don't want to go out on dates anymore. Because it's like, it's so shitty out there. Like the stories they have told me, I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I've heard
never letting go.
Too. Yeah.
And I'm like, look, just fucking go on the date. At least you're going to get a fucking free meal, you know?
Yeah. And you never know.
Like, a girl has to eat. And and you might have a good time. And if not, then you just fucking go home.
But it didn't work for me. Like I tried Tinder for a while and 3 dates in, I just said the same thing to all 3 girls. I just went, it's been an awesome night. Thank you so much for not... Because I said to them all, like, come on, you know who I am. Like, you've definitely Googled my name. And they're like, I have. And then I was like, thanks so much for turning up. Because most people would see that I'm a photographer and no fucking way am I going to go on a date with this guy, right? So I thank them so much straight away for being there. Yeah. And then... Each 3 of those days, they wanted to do something afterwards. Go for a drink, or one of them wanted to go to an art show, like a poetry reading or something.
You just were not into
well, I just...
No.
I wasn't not... I think I could get into anyone.
Well, no, because...
But I think I felt like the online dating thing was what was not right for me. Like I just said to all 3 of them, like, thanks so much for the date, but I don't think this is how you're meant to meet people. Yeah. And so have a nice life. Yeah. Catch you later. Yeah. But thanks,
Yeah, thanks anyways.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like...
I don't know. I think... When I talk to my girls, they just have a lot of, expectations when they meet a guy.
Well, you can't just meet a complete stranger. Scary.
But, okay, yes. It is.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Tinder is like...
But at least give the guy a chance. Like, let this poor guy impress you.
Well, at least guys don't Photoshop their images. I mean, at least
guys... fuck. I feel sorry for guys.
Oh, fuck. Girls are nuts with those applications.
I work in a nightclub. And the girls they all look like 10s. And then I'm like, oh my God, waking up with this. What if like eyelashes fall off and shit? Like, oh my God. Like, I feel bad for guys that have to...
Well, it's the fantasy, isn't it? It's why so many guys with girls follow my photography, because all these girls have so much makeup on, and it's like they're suggestive sometimes in these photos, and like, it's not often that guys get to screw girls with makeup on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that often, especially if you're in a long-term relationship. Yeah. So I think there's a bit of that, but it's like, it kills me too. Deep down, it kills me the most because my whole concept was that lazy Sunday style.
Yeah.
But like, since when would you have such perfect makeup on a lazy Sunday?
Yeah,
It should
no.
be smeared. It should be like, you know, like I've got cooler photos on my phone of girls going crazy without makeup on than with.
Yeah,
so.
but now you would not find photos of girls with no makeup.
No, I found it worse that like a girl showed me recently the apps on her phone that, and my God, like I know how much you edit.
They can put eyebrows on.
But
in these apps.
It's actually just so smart. It's actually really, I mean, it's low res, so they get away with it.
Yeah.
But the amount of realistic editing you can do on it. Like, yeah, sure, you can make it like crazy big eyes. You can make it perfect skin and stuff. But I'm talking about just like using these applications just 10% or 15, 20% and actually looks pretty fucking amazing. Like this girl took one of my photos, which are really grainy. And with grain, it's hard to edit because you edit a bit of your cheek, then that area looks softer than the rest of it. But she used this app and she's like, I've edited it. Can you please post this one? I'm like, it looks the same as my photo.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, it's not. Have a closer look. And when I did paste it into Photoshop, she just shaved a little bit off her chin.
Yeah.
She made her neck a bit thinner, but she didn't do much.
Yeah.
But she did a bit. And I'm like,
no,
sorry.
but like some girls do a lot.
I know. But
It's
even with
fucking
this girl,
scary.
I said, sorry, I'm not posting it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fucking
like, I'm
scary.
not. It is. Like, this is the thing, like, I'm getting girls calling out other girls saying,
What?
have a look in your photo.
Yeah.
She's got no boobs. And what about this one? I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah, what
like,
the fuck?
But I get that it's funny out there, you know? Like, I'm offending a lot of girls which have fake boobs and whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to offend. It's personal preference.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like again, we don't have to like everybody. But that's wrong now.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck? I don't have to be okay with everything. I don't have to like everything. I'm not gonna feel bad because of it.
Like one model on her Facebook, she said, finally got to work with this photographer who I've been like dying to work with or something like that. You know, and it's awesome to be shooting with a professional photo. I'm so stoked with how it went. And she's just one of those car models, you know, car, auto girls or whatever. I don't know what you call them. And I was in one of those moods. Maybe I was drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I commented and said something like, good. The more that you girls work with professional photographers, the better it is for everyone.
Yeah.
And then she just fucking hammered me. All of her friends like, who the fuck are you? Because she's had a lot of those kind of friends. And they were like, who the fuck are you? I think my friend knows a thing or two about modeling. You know, and then she's like, fuck you. What are you saying that all these other photographers I've shot with are shit? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I can't fucking say that. They've done so much great work. I'm like, so what? So what that they've done? They were always there. They were punctual. They gave you the photos on time. So what? If they were shit, they're shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't possibly agree with you. And then all these photographers are going to be pissed off with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you can. I mean...
Honesty doesn't work on the internet.
Ah, man.
It fucking doesn't. Well, that's why I keep all my thoughts, all my opinions to myself. I never post anything.
Because I was only trying to help. But
like,
then I
never post
fucking
anything.
blamed for it. Yeah.
First of all, nobody gives a shit. And the only people that do give a shit are the people that are going to get offended.
Yeah. And then it makes you look like a fucking... I look like a fucking wanker when I'm got all of their friends saying, you're a fucking... Who the fuck are you to say this?
And like, okay, legit, I read the Bible just to fight with people.
Yeah,
that's
same.
the only reason.
That's the same. Oh my God, I did the same. I said that on the podcast, I'm sure. I read the Bible just so that I was knowledgeable enough.
When these fucking, God nuts come up to me, when I'm in like the mood to like be like, oh, I'm gonna make you feel really bad. Yeah, I go. Otherwise, I just tell them that I believe in the devil.
I know, it's good fun, isn't it?
And I'm like, yeah, I just believe in the devil. And they're like it's like. They
You're
think
too much. You're too much. They step back.
They think I eat babies and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like bye bye.
Yeah. Sometimes I only say something that obtuse if I know that they weren't open to begin with. Because if they're not open and they fall back into their I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Then I'll say something like that just to give them that little bit of a well, fine then.
They go play with this.
Yeah, exactly. But I think these podcasts and talking openly like this stems from that shit stirring. It stems from that going in there looking for Mormons to have arguments with. It stems from debating, which I never liked in high school because I thought you had to wear a suit and do all of that. But I think debating actually would have been a good subject to take.
I think it's great. I love it. And I love meeting people that don't have the same views as me.
Right.
Because maybe I'm the one that's wrong. And maybe someone's going to come and be like, say something to me, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought about it that way. Like, I'm just open to everything.
Yeah.
I don't think my views are right, because maybe they're not, and I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, you're open to being corrected.
Yeah. But if someone's talking shit, then I'm like,
yeah, I like that. I could learn
shit.
something from that.
You know, like, yeah, you're talking shit.
Yeah.
And that's not how it goes.
I think I'm good with catching that out now, but maybe in the past I gave people a bit too much. But now it's kind of like, well, if you're really naive, then my God, I am not going to stand for that kind of shit. Like, but that's it's there's a certain compassion that I'm growing, as harsh as I can be. It's kind of like when you meet a girl who her first bad experience is still fucking her up even in her adult life now. I'm kind of like, girl, you need to get over that shit, because my God, I feel sorry
what I
for...
say. Yeah.
And I'm with you. So I'm with you in that, like, there's a time that you need to be the only person in their lives that can let them know that, you know what, you're full of shit. You're saying that you're who you are now, and you're thinking like that based on something that happened when you
20 years ago.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And I feel sorry at the same time. But I'm very sensitive about it as well now.
People, when they believe that struggle and depression, it gives people a fake sense of growth. And it makes them feel like they have like this purpose in a way. Yeah. So it's like,
well,
oh my God.
It's
like,
definitely not automatic.
I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so sad because I stubbed my toe 15 years ago, like, and I've grown so much from it, and they stay in that story for years. Yeah, and it's like, well, no, like,
it's like a comedian. You need to scrap like all your jokes, and
there are things that it's hard to move from, but other things are not. Like, I'm not sad about my boyfriends from like when I was 15. Yeah, I'm not sad about any boyfriend.
You can't get hung up.
You know, like I had my shit relationship. I moved on from it. And now I'm really happy. And he's also really happy. He's married with, you know, this beautiful wife. Yeah. Because we have a kid, we talk all the time. Yeah. There's no hate. Because I'm so grateful that I went through that. Yeah. Because it made me so much better. And it made him better as well. Because he knows that maybe he did things that weren't nice. Yeah. And now he's like, okay, these things I'm not going to do to my wife. It's funny. It helped both of us.
I mean, that's funny because religion teaches you to forgive, yet it seems to be something that people don't do. Yeah. And more people are religious than not. It's funny, the people with these problems. I guess you can
really forgive when you see a lesson in what happened. So in the beginning, I hated him. Yeah. And now I'm like, fuck, like that is what I needed. Yeah. I needed like
looking at the positive,
like a little shake to actually grow and be who I am. So yeah, like I'm so grateful.
I think people are confused about, like, there's definitely two of us. Like, there's definitely the you that, you know, there's the us that we know we are, and then there's the us that we sort of project. Yeah. But I think people are confused with being honest about maybe the true you, the real you. You know what I mean? Like, if someone is still upset about something that happened to them 20 years ago, today, I mean, that's 20 years that they've wasted, really. Because
they have wasted it.
In my opinion, because the conversation, like you said, the conversation's never gone beyond just shit talk. Yeah. It's like I have someone over here and they're literally complaining about the way a guy is treating them at work. But it's like, that relationship's never going to amount to anything. And I can already tell that because I've never heard of this person and I never will meet them. And it's almost like I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah. This is what I'm getting at. It's kind of like, fuck, why are we talking about something so mundane and small that's never going to be part of my life that isn't really a problem? You're just talking about it because it's a big problem that you're making, but it's not a problem at all. Yeah. It's actually just talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's a time and place for it, but it's definitely not in front of me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I like to think that if people come over here, I'm gonna hammer them about something much more real than a crush.
Which,
or,
like, I think the way we are in that sense is great because not everybody has that. Or the friends I have, I'm the only one that it's like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Everybody else is like,
being real.
You know, it's okay, it's
being
okay.
Being straight up, yeah.
Telling people that it's gonna be okay,
Yeah.
it's not gonna help them in any way.
No.
You know, like, it's
No, you don't need to be a pillow for people.
No, it's not.
It's really annoying to be a pillow for people, a soft place for people to land.
No,
it's
fuck that.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. And now I'm like, oh no, like I'm not helping anybody.
Like, I still think I am a little bit like that, but it's like, now I know that, it's even like with Steven, you know, like I know there's good people out there. Like, I know there's good people out there, but then I also know that there's good people out there that can't help themselves. Like, I've tried to help certain people, and as soon as I stopped helping them, they were no help to themselves.
Yeah.
They just didn't do anything more.
Yeah.
They were cool when I was helping, but then after that, they just fell back to the same old grind again.
Yeah, nah.
And it's like,
fuck that.
sometimes you can't help people because they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, I can only give you, it's like they say, you can only show you the door.
Yeah.
It's like I can only give them a little bit of help, but then I've got to help the next person. Like, I can't keep helping the same person.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, like, people just, I know it's hard to move on from some things, but it's not hard to move on from all things.
Like, I don't mean to sound like a wanker, like saying, get over it.
Yeah.
You know, like, get over that guy that...
But legit, get over it.
But I do mean it. But I do mean it. I only mean it because I can see that it's hindering someone so badly that they're meeting me in this point in their lives.
Yeah.
And yet they're willing to waste this time with me telling me about something that they've been upset about for 20 years or 10 years. And it's like, surely there was something more last week that you're upset about that we could talk about that'll help you go further in life than like something that was like that stuff you were meant to get over to be the amazing person you are today.
Yeah.
So this is, so people maybe get hung up on the bad shit.
I know someone that she recently broke up with her boyfriend. Well, not recently, like it's been like 6 months already. And she's always sending me messages like, oh, like I'm thinking about him and stuff. I'm like, you are just bored. That's it.
Yeah.
Fucking find something to do and you see how little time you're going to have to think about the shithead.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're just bored. You are at home.
Yeah.
Watching TV.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
And that shit's just going to creep back in because
Yeah.
you've got nothing new, so it's going to go back to the old shit.
You're just bored, find something to do. Like, I don't give a shit.
Or even like if you're going to bring up bad, shitty emotions, at least harness the negative energy.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I do believe artists function well using art as therapy for making them get over something.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe people who aren't that creative might really struggle to find something to take the place of art.
Well, yeah, because, you know, whatever you feel, it's, you know, energy. Your emotions, everything. So regular people that don't create, they have all this bubble of, you know, energy. And then there's a breakup and all this energy is there.
So
and they
gotta get it out
can't
somehow.
fucking channel it anyway because they actually don't have a place.
Expression.
Like with artists, we like, oh my God, like I want to cry. Bam, bam, bam. And
it's like you
artists
regurgitate
start doing
it out.
shit. Yeah.
You like vomit it out.
Yeah. And it kind of like, you know, a release. Like, I don't know, boxers might, you know, punch.
Right. There's
bags
other
and
sport
stuff.
and there's music, dancing.
Yeah.
But if you don't...
As long as you are releasing all this
if
shit,
you don't
it's
have
going to
that
help.
in you,
Yeah.
if you're one of those people that are too... Like in my last podcast, I talk about that moment in high school or preschool, primary, whatever, where teachers talking about stuff, does anyone have any questions? And as a kid, we were all scared.
Yeah.
You might have a question, you didn't understand it, but too scared to ask.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people get hung up on that. Like that is a good analogy for where people are at in life.
Yeah.
you're either going to be that person that just doesn't ask because you were too scared to, and then you'll just live in forever like not knowing what it's like to step up and take that risk. And I think it maybe happens early on. Maybe it happens in high school.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad that people are still like their high school selves.
Yeah, fuck
it's like,
that.
Isn't it scary
Fuck
to think that
that.
I meet people almost my age?
Fuck that.
And they remind me of high school. They remind me of...
Okay, like I get why these, you know, teenagers have their little groups, like the goth and the guy that does the hair a funny
Back
way,
then,
the
yeah,
hipsters.
sure.
We all had like a little thing.
We needed... Yeah.
But if you feel like you have to be one thing now,
You've got to be more open-minded now. You can't get more and more closed-minded as you get older.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Like, I mean, it's one thing to meet old people that are closed-minded.
Yeah.
But it's not like they were open-minded and they got closed-minded.
Yeah,
they were closed-minded in their generation.
They were raised to be closed-minded.
Right.
But
weren't. Imagine our generation is actually, or their generation, these younger kids, should be more open-minded than ever.
Yeah.
Because of the shit that they've got access to.
They should, but not now. It's like they are like, you know, open-minded when it comes to, you know, like feminism. And it's great that the feminists are doing the thing. But then when someone's like, no, like, fuck that shit, all those open-minded people
all of a sudden
come and they're like, fuck you, like, you shouldn't think this way.
I know.
Bro, I can think however the fuck I want.
I know.
If I think that painting your fucking vagina pink, it's dumb, I'm gonna say it. Like, I don't have to like it.
I think maybe what it is, I totally agree. I think what I think it is that movements in the past were smaller because of no social media. Because it's like, if you did an art movement where we were going to call it, is it Dadaism, where they just, I'm not sure if it's Dadaism.
Yeah, it is.
Where they just put a thing,
like collages.
Right, or whatever. And then
they did that.
But you only had
Yeah.
maybe 5 people in the world doing it, because that's the way it was. The world was like that.
Yeah, it was.
Whereas
it was
now,
very small.
Right. Whereas and only the cream rose to the top back then, right?
Yeah.
It was easier for the cream to rise to
Yeah.
the top. If you were prolific with a certain style, then you would be known for it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the internet, which said 1 billion other people are copying this style right now.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened now is kind of like, yes, you can be anything you want to be in life, but you still have to understand that
there's more to that.
There are people that are better than you.
Yeah.
And there's no point in your life to ignore that and just say everyone's got the right to do this, or that's the wrong argument. It's like everyone has the right to be a photographer.
Yeah, and I have the right to call them shit.
See, I'm with you there. It's like, I don't like this whole giving a kid a trophy in school just to give them a trophy, like giving them a soccer trophy. I know that I got trophies in school.
Yeah, a participation trophy.
Yeah, I'm like, fucked. I threw those out. Like, if they were really important, I'm sure I'd still have them today on my shelf.
Yeah.
But I know that those trophies I got when I was 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old.
Yeah.
I know that they're just like,
they're nothing.
Right.
They mean nothing. It's.
I love it how the Oscars are dying and shit. I love this. I love it that like let's get rid of this shit because.
But I read that it's going down.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, is what I'm getting at. It's because like we know that it's only rich people in the audience buying themselves trophies
and
like
clapping for themselves.
and hoping that they're gonna win one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's so that horrible artist thing that we hate as artists. Like the whole artists get a bad name from shit like that.
Yeah.
Because they're pissing in each other's pockets, right?
Yeah.
They're all, like you said, patting themselves on the back, but actually there's no one outside in there.
No.
Everyone's inside.
No.
Is all inside.
Yeah.
So it's all just pissing in each other's pockets saying,
yeah,
good on you. Good on you for making it. Good on you for
nobody
making
can
it.
identify with them anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
so
like,
it's a
bro,
you know, if someone was to bomb that whole place, it'd be just like, well,
like,
now we've got a whole new
like,
generation of real talented people popping up, rather than like the go-to guy, Brad Pitt, the go-to actress, Angelina. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't mean that badly on them, but it's
fuck
kind of
those
like,
guys. No.
but you get my analogy. The analogy of this whole like this insular world that we're living in. Everyone sort of being righteous and all
Everybody,
these
but everybody, it's open-minded and in their group.
Yeah, right.
As soon as someone that doesn't think the way they think, open-mindedness went to shit. Nobody's open-minded when you don't agree with them.
I know, right?
You know?
It's almost like when I agree with a hater, it's almost like they don't know what to say back to me because they're expecting me to,
of course,
fight back, and I'm kind of like,
great,
I agree,
on point.
you know, or I'll say, thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
Because feedback is feedback.
Yeah.
But when you don't take the bait, you know, and you got to look at it. It's like when you go fishing off the jetty, there's always fish that are like pan size, and they're the ones stealing the bait. They're the ones that you can see. You know, you're like, whoa, there's fish, let's throw it in. They're the ones that know how to nibble off the bait, off the hook. Whereas it is the dumb fish that go for the bait.
Yeah.
You know? The dumb fuck that just...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like, it's insane. Because sometimes people kind of want to argue with me.
I know, right?
Not on like,
just to make you feel bad.
Not on like Instagram, because I nobody knows what I think or what I believe in.
Right.
But if I'm in like a group and everybody's talking stuff and then I say something, it's like, no.
Someone will disagree.
I'm like, what the fuck do you mean no? And if I'm in the mood to make them feel shit, I'm like, okay, this is why.
Yeah.
And then they're like...
When you know, you know. When you know, you know.
Yeah, like I would never argue about shit I didn't know anything about.
Yeah, right. Because that's the surefire way of making a fool of yourself.
That makes me look dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't have issues with, arguing, and I don't get really like, oh my God, like, how dare you?
But isn't it amazing that the on that exact topic, the people that do argue are the ones that don't know, and that's why they're arguing. It's like they're arguing so loud because somebody else said that.
Yeah.
Or they read it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not their own opinion. If it was, they would know why they formed that opinion. This is my point. My point is, if someone says to me this, and it's a smart-ass line, I'll fight till I'm blue in the face, and I'll win this fight because I know that they're not even going to have anything to back that up with.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't an original thought, or it wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't come from a place where there was heart.
Yeah.
It came from a very jealous place or a scathing place.
Or it came from just, a group.
Or a fart. It's just like a fart to me. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's very rare that I get someone that digs deep enough for me to...
Yeah, same. I never argue with anybody. Like, I have. And obviously doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, I do like the arguments where I do argue and then I realize the day after that, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's, guys in general are probably more like that.
Yeah.
In the moment, we're not capable of, I should only speak for myself. So in the moment, I'm not capable of always seeing two sides of the fence.
Yeah.
But then in the morning, I can very clearly, so it's almost like a delayed reaction.
Yeah.
And I think guys are a bit like that. I think guys in general are kind of like, oh, fuck you, no. And then the next day it's kind of like, oh
yeah.
fuck.
I think he had a point.
That makes perfect sense. Logical. But in the heat of the moment, it's like maybe there's this thing about guys that just want to win.
Yeah.
Because, guys are introduced to fighting very
it's a primal thing.
So we just want to win.
Yeah.
It's like two bears, you know?
Yeah.
Just one bear's gonna lose. You don't want it to be you.
Yeah. It's a really primal thing to like argue. Like I think it's fun.
Yeah, I mean that's why
I think
debating
it's fun.
is.
Like I would die of boredom if everybody thought the same.
Oh God.
They'll be like, what? Like what the fuck happened?
I also don't like it when people are like Joe Rogan has videos on him getting too much praise, and there's even people, there's all types of fuckers on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And someone's cut videos of him not accepting praise.
Oh.
And when you watch the video, you get the shits. This guy, just take it. If someone's sitting there telling you how awesome you are, he dodges it so bad.
That I can't do. I don't know how to react to compliments.
Me neither, but it's like when you watch a whole video of someone doing it,
of course.
It's like maybe we should start learning because...
Yeah, I don't know how to take a compliment.
But it's so awkward. If someone's just trying to tell you that they love your work and that like people will tell him like, what you've done for UFC, you are the UFC. And he literally just starts making bad jokes and tries to change the topic. But in actual fact, when you're watching these videos, he's being very rude to everyone who's just had the guts to... It is a conversational piece.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go and slap it straight away and go, no convo.
Yeah.
Then it makes you look like a bit of a dick too.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but it kind of like, come on, Joe. Like, maybe we can accept... Maybe you have done enough for you to stop dodging. And maybe you can actually start accepting and just say thank you very much.
Yeah. And then you have the other side, the guys that are praising themselves.
Right, yeah. Well, that's always dangerous. Like, you always know that you're going to come across as a dick. So I think you got to be careful with that. Like, they might do that for the hits and stuff now, but later on they might regret it.
Yeah.
And then look back. But I'm getting a bit better with accepting the praise.
Yeah, like, I need to learn because I appreciate when some people say to me like your work is so nice and it means so much to me, and I'm like, thank you. Like I feel like thank you. It's not enough to tell them how I feel because it means everything to me when people like what I do. I could
write an essay thanking them back, but it might freak them out, right?
I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah,
like,
me
it means
too,
so much.
Yeah, it's the real gold. For me, I've always said that the feedback, like I love it when I get good comments, but I'm like, please put them in the YouTube video because it's like sometimes the comments are heavier than what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I had one guy who was almost, he almost became a hater of mine. Like he almost just didn't like me at some stage and just like turned on me, you know? But he's come out of the woodwork and said that he's loving the podcast. And he is going through marriage and that stuff where I talked about how hard the wedding planning was and that actually fucked up my moment. He actually said thanks for that because he's going through some hard times. And like I'm like, man, who cares about the comment which is like, you fucking awesome, Justin. Like, who cares about those kind of like shitty comments when you can have something as real as that? But I'm like, damn, it sucks that I can't publish this. Like, you know, it's kind of like they're the real comments that I live for. Yeah,
just knowing that you got to someone, like that's awesome.
It's
like,
so good, right?
That is such a powerful thing to like have.
Yeah, but then on the other side of the spectrum, you have, you know, fuck this guy, Asian with an Australian accent. He's not fucking Australian.
Well, yeah, but
you know, it's just fascinating, isn't it?
Those guys,
they're not listening to the content at all. Like he wasn't there to listen to the podcast. He was there to
what
judge.
are they doing today?
Yeah.
You know, we are here doing this, and what are they doing?
I know. I had once on a car forum, someone said to me, they posted a photo in this thread, and I said, if you did this to your car and that to your car, it'd look better. And then they wrote back and said, who the fuck do you think you are to say that kind of shit? And I just went, ooh, I was already in a funny position then. I was already like, shit. I could say who I am and that I believe that I am, you know? So, but at the same time, I'm like, I've always used that reply that he gave me on other people. Yeah. So when other people were like really shitty on somebody else's car, I'll go in there and go, who the fuck do you think you are? And it always stumps people, you know, because they don't know. Like, they don't know how to reply to that. It's just one opinion. Yeah. But
the internet, like I love it. I love the internet.
It's a love-hate for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
just people. I've seen arguments that go for days, and it's so entertaining.
Well, I used to be that guy that was in the argument on the forums, right? So the forums were pre-Facebook and stuff. And you could see that there were like 3,000 people reading this, but there's only 2 people in there fighting. But, you know, I did it on purpose knowing that
people
I'm
were
educating
looking,
people and they were picking a side. And I was hoping that they were picking my side too. So, you know, sometimes what sucks about that though, and when I talk about being the martyr, is like, what sucks about that is you go to a public event, and then there's people that you don't know, but they're the people reading the argument. And they walk up to you and go, saw you fighting, fuck that guy, and you're like, does my life have to be all about that argument? You know what I mean, right? Yeah. So you get people coming up to you going, fuck Adam Zillan, man, fuck him. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about
You're like,
it.
bro,
Like, I don't even want to. Why? But it's like because that's what they know you
you're
for.
like, bro, that was like 2 weeks ago.
But it's like the first thing,
Yeah.
like they're like, oh fuck, what about the haters? Hey, and like, oh, I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about the haters.
Oh man, like I honestly, I have never dealt with haters.
You just, I like your way
Never.
of dealing with it. Don't pay it attention.
Like, maybe I do have, but I don't see them, or they respect me enough to hide. So I'm like, yeah, thank you. But yeah, I've never had to deal with anything.
But that's your
And
positive outlook.
I have been with, people that are like really intense about like a topic and like I don't agree with, and they just don't say anything.
I think that's your happiness though. Like you're saying you're a happy person, and I think that's where it comes from.
Maybe, yeah.
Like I could look at a question that was asked a couple of times, just say, artists are never original, and that I would argue the fuck out of that. Like if I got asked, I would just instantly go. And where do you get inspiration from others? I'm a little bit different like that. I'm fucking hyper paranoid, hyper aware.
My glass is like, it's always full.
Right, whereas I'm kind of like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
That I'm copying people?
No, but like
So that's where we're different. And
like
I like how your outlook on it.
Like I'm never gonna say I don't take inspiration from anybody.
Yeah.
Because I look at people's work. And whether I do it consciously or not, maybe I do get inspiration from this guy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There's no malicious intent.
No.
Is what, and I think that's almost more important than the end results. Do you know what I mean? Like I see photographers that do good work, and then some girls tell me that they're real sleazebags in real life. And then I'm like, man, stop working with him then. And they're like, but he does really good work. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, then why are we working together? Because I don't even know if I want to work with you. Yeah. If you're willing to work with a fuckwit like that. Yeah, fuck that. Because then it puts me in the same fucking basket, right? I always say
to girls, you can say no. You can go to a place and you can be like, no, I'm not fucking doing that.
Rather than doing this, do it and then complain about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like this Hollywood guy that's copying it. Like, all these girls are doing it for the fame. And then they're saying me too afterwards for even more fame. And it's just like, come on.
They say, that fucking Me Too, everybody went with the Me Too thing and I've been abused and this and that. And it's like, fuck. Okay, so you waited until everybody was on the
then you jump on the bus and then you ban. Then what's the fucking point of that,
it's like,
right?
Fuck, man.
Isn't it a wimpy way to live through life?
Like after...
It's so wimpy, right?
Yeah.
It's like we go and have the balls to do something. Yeah. Then when we make a mistake, everyone comes down on us like a ton of bricks. Hey, fuck off. At least tomorrow I'm still going to be doing shit. Whereas all these fakers, like these comedians who get called out for stealing other people's jokes, they never come back. Because you know what? You're fucked. Yeah. Like because your whole thing was a lie. It's not like you made good things and then you made a mistake. That's why we're different. Yeah. We make a mistake. It's not like our careers are over. Yeah. Because it wasn't built on mistakes. Yeah. It was built on us being genuinely good people. Yeah. It's the only thing I can describe it as. Is like I'm willing to help people and work with people that I believe have a good heart. Then nothing can sort of go wrong really. As long as they have that. Yeah. Oh man. It's fuck. Modeling is fucking, scary. I tell the girls, research the photographer, talk to our other girls that have worked with him. Yeah, that's probably the best advice right there, actually. Talk to our other girls and you can say no. Yeah. If he wants you to spread your legs, no, you can say no. Just because you're there to do a photo shoot doesn't mean that he calls the shots. It's a combination of both of you. Well, that's the thing. You can be inspired to do that. Like I've had girls come over and say, so many times, like, Justin, I don't want to do lingerie. Yeah. Before they come over. And then when they come over, they only bring lingerie. Yeah. So I've had that as well. So that says to me that people really aren't sure. They're really they really are like these little, I don't know, what do you call a baby deer? Yeah. Like a fawn. Yeah. They really are these like scared little girls that are inexperienced. Yeah. And like, man, thank God they worked with me. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because my God, as photographers, we kind of get the vibe they have. If they're too
like that,
But
then, a creep would fucking take advantage of that.
Right. This is what I'm getting at, is like, I've had girls tell me that photographers have stepped way over the line, and even when they were telling me, they were asking me if that was okay or not. I'm like,
my God.
Are you fucking serious? You're still asking me?
If you don't feel comfy, then it's out of the line.
No, but this is what I'm saying. There's so many
naive that's fucking scary.
This is my thing.
That's fucking scary.
This is my thing. It's almost like I want to shoot less and less almost because I don't want to be lumped in with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's getting dangerous because, I'm sitting there posting up some quite nude and sexually charged images, and then, like I said, I'm a bit of an instigator too. If a girl doesn't want to do lingerie or thinks a certain way about other girls doing that, but then next thing you know, they're shooting lingerie, next thing you know, they're shooting nudes. I mean, it's kind of like, it's the red pill, blue pill thing. Like, I have to be careful too.
Yeah.
Like, because I want to get more hits. I want to get more recognition.
Yeah.
But if you accidentally jump on a bandwagon, then everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Then you're getting famous and stuff for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Fuck, that could fuck you up too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want people to not see the art in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you're just shooting ass and tits,
like, that's the thing. Like, every now and then I post up an ass shot, and no one feels more scared about posting it than me. Because A, I could get banned. B, I could just cop that whole sexist thing. But you know what? It is hot. An ass is hot. So it's like, I want to post it every now and then.
Like, how is that a sexist thing? These girls work hard to look that way.
Yeah, I know.
They fucking work hard to have that ass.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's
so
so many levels of it.
If she wants to get naked, fuck off. Like, that's great.
That's the thing. Like, the last ass shot I posted was Star's ass, and anyone that knows Star knows that she has no ass.
Yeah.
But we worked, like, she's worked on that ass, and we worked on that angle to make it look. And there was no Photoshop. There was no inflating the ass to make it look bigger.
You see? And then all these bitches be like, what is slut, what is kink. Yeah. It's like, if I had that ass, I would show it as well. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think girls are worse. Girls judge the fuck out of other girls.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, okay, just because, you wear pants doesn't make you better than a girl that wears, a miniskirt. You're just a fucking bitch anyways. We all are.
Like, I mentioned it before about Milky.
She's so cute.
She's super cute. She's so cute in her insecurities. And that's what I find that arresting about her, is that she's an adult, but she's got issues that are big issues in her mind, but they're not. And they're slowing her down.
Yeah.
And like, I hung out with her for hours after the podcast, and she was a completely different person after it. And I'm kind of like, it's good that you're aware of the camera. She Twitch streams and all this stuff. So it's good that she knows. She's got a skill there. Yeah,
but it's good that she knows what to say and what not to say. I don't have a filter ever, which is not a great thing.
But that could work in our favor,
that's who
especially in the beginning. Like, that's why it's working for us, probably with this podcast, is that, like, the no filter's working because we're not aware. And because she is aware, I felt like it wasn't working. So there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah.
But with her saying things like, admitting to me afterwards that she's a bit pissed off that some gamers on Twitch have quadruple the amount of followers as her, and she's like, but they're fucking got makeup on and they're wearing short pants or short skirts. I'm like, and she's like, fuck that shit. I don't wear makeup at all. And like, I don't make up my bed and I eat in front of my, and I'm like, and you think that's fucking cool, eh? And she's like, yeah, I'm so fucking cool because I don't wear makeup. I'm like, yeah, but you want the followers, right? Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, well, I'm like, well, maybe you should wear makeup. Yeah. And this is the thing. It's like, it's almost like a younger generation of people are too cool. Yeah. It's like, just because you're a Greenpeace person doesn't mean you have to not wear Adidas. You know what I mean? It's
And they also put themselves into this box. And sadly, they can't get out of it.
Yeah, then they're the ones that are hypocritical because they're in there. Yeah. Because they fuck Nike and then they're wearing Adidas. Like, it's the same shit, right?
I don't have a fucking box.
Yeah.
Today, I'm the way I am. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to be a different way. Yeah. And nobody can say shit.
I think that's why...
Because I don't have a box.
Well, that's why we're generally speaking happy too, I think.
Yeah, it's like I can wear... The only reason I don't wear makeup is because it's fucking expensive and it's like, it takes so much time. But other than that, I would wear it. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make being, having makeup or not having makeup, why it does make a difference in who you are.
Well,
it shouldn't.
This is a huge women's insecurity issue. Like, this whole feminist thing is making life so much worse for women, and it's
for themselves. Because I know a lot of feminists, they would love to be slutty, but they're like, no,
it's
like
an insecurity for a lot of them, not for all of them. For a lot of them,
I have to be like here and I have to like do certain things and stay away from this. It's like, no, we should do what we want to do.
It's almost like they're taking that right away.
Like,
it's like they're fighting for more rights, but in actual fact, they're losing rights because of it. It's really fascinating to me.
Don't block yourself.
And the cream. When you talk about cream rising to the crop, when you talk about feminism, what's sad about it is the loudest, dumbest feminists are the ones that are rising to the top. And that's sad for the movement of intelligent feminists who are fighting for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But it's the loudest feminists,
legit,
the dumbest ones.
Feminism went to shit.
Because of these people saying dumb shit like you should delete the word man from the dictionary or something. It's like,
it started as something beautiful and awesome.
It meant well.
Yeah, it had a good point and stuff. And now it's all about, not shaving and having my teeth out and a guy can't say hi to me because he's...
Now it's just so beyond confused. It's
confusing.
Confused.
What is so... Are feminists supposed to show themselves? Do they have to cover themselves?
It's so confusing.
I don't get it anymore.
Even feminists getting on big talk shows, right? Big morning talk shows. And they're getting on, and feminists are on wearing a suit. So sort of trying to conform and be a man by wearing a suit.
Why would I want to be a man with so much...
Right, so it's so weird. But then they're also wearing cheek red and like bright red lipstick, which is very sexual. But they're the feminists arguing about...
It's like...
sexuality and stuff. So it's kind of
like I'm a girl
so
and
much
it confuses the shit out of me.
Right, because if you just wake up like a man and don't wear makeup, you're a man. Like you just... But if you're putting on bright red lipstick, you're definitely saying something.
Yeah.
You can't say that you're not saying anything. You can't. You can't say, no, I just felt like wearing red.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's more to the psychology of things. And, I watch so much of these psychiatrists on YouTube that go into the very psychology of the species. But for some reason... all these modern movements, not just feminism, all these other modern movements, they forget that we're human. They forget that we're actually animals. And there's male and female. And now you're trying to say there's male and female and something else.
And a bunch of other
shit. But actually there isn't because we are. And then people are saying, how can you say that? We're trying to not be monkeys. We're trying to progress. But you can't progress on fake words, or you can't pretend that there's a third gender. Like that's what I'm saying. It's interesting that we're going that direction. Because it's deadly, isn't it?
No wonder these fucking kids have depression.
Confusement. Just
Everybody's confused.
Confusing.
Nobody knows how to feel, and they think that if they say the wrong thing, they're gonna be, attacked.
Fucking burnt on the stake.
Yeah, so you can't say fuck these, feminist bitches.
Because it's like you might be on YouTube.
It's like you have a vagina. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it all started.
But I also respect men. Like, what?
Even that racism piece I did the other day, I wasn't having a go at anyone in particular. It's like, I don't like this current generation where there's an old 70-year-old Australian woman on the train and then a whole bunch of Asians or something are just recording her because she's having a go at them for talking loud Chinese on the train or something. I'm like, man, she comes from a very racist time.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have the internet. And she still lives out here where you've caught a train. She's on the train... And then you guys are all like, blah, 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 in your own language. And she's just yelled out something like, can you guys just speak English or something? Because it actually frustrated her.
Yeah.
I get that. I get fucking pissed off when a bunch of Chinese kids are on the train speaking super loud Chinese. And you can catch a train in Japan, no one speaks out of courtesy, So I think it's gotten too confusing and wild out there.
So I'm pretty sure everybody called this lady a bitch and all these words.
And then, that's right.
These guys have the right to talk. in whichever language. But she has the right to say whatever the fuck she wants as well.
She doesn't deserve the thousands of people on the internet the next day making her want to neck herself. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on one human being. Right? It's not the 5 people that are on a train these days. Now you're copying it from
everybody.
Everybody, you know, and it's like I saw on telly recently, like some kid couldn't get into a JB Hi-Fi because he had Down syndrome, and the security guard thought that he was another kid that had Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And then they went to Facebook, and then a current affair picked it up, and then like the JB Hi-Fi manager said that no, that staff member is still working there. And so the ultimate thing from this whole thing was this negative feature on a negative situation with a negative outcome. Yeah. And that's what these shows live on for hits.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But no one seems to see that. And in the end of the day, we all sit there in the end and go, we're meant to feel, oh God, JB, horrible. You know what? I give the guy fucking credit for not firing that guy for maybe making a mistake.
A mistake, yeah.
Like this knee-jerk reaction. You're going to have to resign because you said the wrong thing. Yeah. Excuse me, I've been working in this job for 10 fucking years. I got this to where it is. And then you want me now to just resign because I said the
made
wrong
a mistake.
thing?
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with people these days? It's like, that's not how it works.
Everybody's a fucking, extremist in a way.
But it's just nuts. Like if you make a mistake, like you're shunned so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair enough if you keep making those mistakes and you have built your career on it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I know those comedians that got caught out, they never could bounce back.
Yeah.
That's because they never had...
The whole routines were just stolen.
They never had an original...
thought.
In the first place, so that's fair enough. But if someone's been doing good...
Yeah, one shitty mistake.
Like, people are having a go at Roman Polanski for drugging some kids but that was a different era.
Yeah.
There was like... Andy Warhol did shit on drugs and creating art that's... inspired people way after his death. Yeah. I know it's not right, but it's like this PC culture thing's got to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like PC culture making things black and white when I've been saying all along that there's so much life in the grey.
Yeah.
And so much to be learned from the grey.
Everybody's so fucking righteous nowadays. Everybody.
And quick to pigeonhole too. Like I had someone say I'm leftist or rightist or something. I'm like, I don't even understand the concepts of left and right yet.
Why?
I don't even understand it.
Like, what did you say to that they say that?
Well, that's the thing. I don't even understand the leftist, rightist thing enough for me to understand it. But it was along the lines of me having an Australian accent and passing myself off as an Aussie.
Yeah.
And that they were saying that there's a radical right-wing movement or something of people who came to Australia from Europe and
I read your comment where you said that the Chinese were like, how can you not be proud to be Chinese? Okay, I come from Chile. I'm not a fucking, patriot.
Right, I mean...
And I'm not like Chile all the way, and I'm not...
You're proud, but you're not blindly proud.
I'm like...
You're not blind.
No, first of all, fuck that place. Yeah. We had to come here because we had no money in Chile. And, okay, people can say, oh, maybe because you guys were lazy and stuff. My dad was working the whole day. He wasn't making enough money for all of us. Now after we came here, my dad doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And we all had a great life.
Yeah.
So fuck that place. Yeah. It's nice, it's great, it has great things.
But you're not blind about it, that's right.
But I'm not like, oh my God, if you talk shit about Chile, I'm going to stab you in the face.
Yeah,
no.
That's why I didn't think it was worth
I love this country because this is the country that allows me to live the way I want to live.
Yeah.
But if tomorrow I move to fucking Spain, I'm going to love Spain. I'm not going to be like, Chile's the best. If Chile was the best, I would be living there.
Yeah. Well, it's just not blind faith, you know what I mean? I think blind faith is dangerous, you know?
I don't buy into the,
I left
patriotism.
That comment for maybe, I left the comment for 2 days, which is unlike me. Usually I'm straight in there. But I've realized, like, sometimes I leave a remark and then a day later I think of a better one.
Yeah.
So I kind of let it stew. And overall, I already knew that you can't win a war with someone like this.
No.
Because they're so close-minded that there's no way of winning.
Well, with the Patriots, you can't win. The country's the best and that's where they are.
So I replied back to him and, like, Rosamina's very proudly Mongolian.
Yeah.
But Mongolia as a country is very against nudity, you know? So I replied something along the lines of, because he was disappointed in her, and I was upset that he was making her feel disappointed, like feel guilt.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I look at it, that's bully tactics.
For like being friends with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Yeah.
I took it as that's my angle in.
Yeah.
I don't care what he says about me, but I don't like it that he's making her feel bad for
Yeah.
working with me.
Yeah.
So that's where I jump in. And I just said something along the lines of, well, you seem open-minded enough to appreciate that she has sexually charged imagery all
Yeah.
over her social media. You know what I mean? And that shows an open-mindedness.
Yeah.
But then there's such extreme closed-mindedness with
When it comes to like
when
China.
it comes to that.
Yeah.
And his end statement was, you tell me, how can one person say represent a whole nation? I'm like, I wasn't trying. But that's the end of the... For me, that was the end of
Yeah.
it. For me, it's like, wow, he's so upset that one guy
Yeah.
hops on a video he's so upset that it's a public video. He said if it was a private and you said it private, he wouldn't care. He said the fact that it's a YouTube video makes it public, which makes him righteously mad. For me to not be a proud Asian means that I am representing a whole nation. That's what who gives me the right to represent China the way I did.
Yeah.
But I wasn't representing.
Nobody's... You're not representing China.
I was
You're
being
representing
an
yourself.
individual. Yeah,
That's
correct.
your personal opinion.
Right.
You know
so
that your country is beautiful,
that's
but it
why-
has good things and bad things.
That's right. That's why he doesn't work. You know, that's what I mean. Like, if she's posting nudes and she's Mongolian and very proud of it, then his argument falls apart.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, sometimes you got to quit when you're ahead. And I suppose I didn't want to keep going with him.
No, this...
You know, like sometimes it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Like
Sometimes you just hit the wall and you're like, okay.
Well, you want to
High
help
five.
people that you can help.
Yeah.
And you can't help
Yeah.
people just because you know you can.
Yeah.
Like, I can change people's perceptions, but what's the point if they're not showing me that they want to change?
Yeah.
Or not showing me any kind of potential?
Yeah.
Then it's just an uphill battle for me. And it's just
you
wasting
just
my
waste
time.
your own time. And like, for what? Like, I don't care if people are right or wrong. If someone says to me, bro, the sky is like purple, I'll be like, okay.
Well, each to their own.
It doesn't affect me in
Yeah.
any way if you
Yeah.
think the sky is purple.
I mean, look, I would hate to have to rely on stats. You know, I think in the end of the day, that's what, you know, I've learned over time. It's like, I would hate to be super powerful because I have, like, just say, I keep bringing up Justin Bieber, but he's an easy target. It's like, if he says that all of his fans love his music, then all the power to him. He can go to bed at night knowing that he makes really good music. But I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be relying on a statistic of people that say that I'm good.
Yeah.
I just want to have that quiet confidence
Yeah.
that I know that presented with a problem, I can use my own talent to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know what I mean? So all of this extra white noise going on, it's all very exciting, but I want more power, but I want it to wield it in a very strong way.
Yeah.
I reckon I fuck people's lives over by opening up minds. Sometimes you wonder, are they happier now that they can think openly, or are they actually more upset
Yeah.
because now they're pickier than ever with things?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
now it's more. Now everything's so much more realistic in that how much
Yeah.
hours you do have to put.
well, yeah, like the more you know, the more it fucks you up. 'Cause
Well,
then it's like, fuck, like I
It's
really
easier
don't
to
know
not-
much.
Well, it's easier to not know.
It's
maybe,
easier.
Maybe before it was easier to just to turn up to work, come home, and complain about
Yeah,
it.
it's so much easier. Once you open all these other doors,
Right.
you just don't fucking know what the fuck's going on.
But I have an addiction to opening up doors for people. But I also, over the years, have realized it's not everyone has it. Not everyone enjoys it.
Yeah.
Like I've had, or even I don't enjoy seeing someone posting really arty photos all day and struggling to be an artist when I was the one that maybe inspired them to be one in the first place.
Yeah.
So years down the track, I check in and I go, oh fuck, they haven't got any more followers than 4 years ago, and I feel like,
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, so sometimes I'm a little bit like, okay, I open them up to one small thing, but maybe they needed to find more. But then I look back on it and I check in on them and like I'm not exactly blown away by what I see sometimes too.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, I don't want to be that master chef guy that says, go out and chase your food dream, quit your day job.
But do it.
I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it. But it's like, I don't want to
do it.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. I definitely don't want to be a fad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be, because that shit can happen beyond your control. Just say you're doing your photography just the way you are, and then some big motherfucking media thing takes it and runs with it, and then gels are all the rage. And as soon as gels become not the rage, you become the not the rage, and then people fuck you over. It's like, sometimes it's like, it's scary, you know? Yeah. Sometimes I do wonder, God, it'd be easier if I just took a job and just...
Yeah,
if I could.
It would be, like, it would be easier, but...
You just can't.
Fuck, like, it's so boring.
Just can't die of boredom.
Like, I can't be bored. Like, it...
That's why people have midlife crisis. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the reason why you have it is because... Yeah, because you've been doing it for so long. You're like, what have I been doing?
People eat when they're bored. People call their exes when they get bored. Being bored, it's great when you have something to be like, okay, so I have nothing to do. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to see what I can make. Yeah. But if there's nothing for you to make, it's like shit. We're talking about the release, And you start texting your ex and bye-bye. Your life just went to shit because you were bored 5 minutes.
Oh, fuck, I'm glad I don't have that thing about texting my ex. Maybe just because I don't get bored.
Yeah, yeah. Not like legit. This girl, the one that just broke up with the guy like 6 months ago. I'm like, you just bored. Yeah. You don't actually miss him. Yeah. You just miss doing something.
Well, yeah, you had a hole filled before, and now you've got a hole there again, and you just want to fill it with something, and be easier to go back to that. Yeah. But it's actually
it's shit.
Yeah, it takes work.
Yeah, fuck that.
It takes work to not be bored, you know? Yeah. Yeah. But this is the thing. Like, I think it's been... look, I think we'll wrap it up. It's good to have you on the podcast because it's like...
Well, it's so fun.
Yeah, I think I knew it was going to be more about creative talk. And I think we both know enough creative people, but they don't have a creative direction, I think. Yeah. It's like, I think a lot of creative people are not confident in their abilities because they don't maybe wield their... creativity consistently enough maybe or something, but I think it's good for them to hear like your story. You know, I don't mean to say you need to have bad shit in order for you to be good, but it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that that's your story. Yeah,
it helps.
Yeah, I think it doesn't surprise me. And you know, we did try to talk about what can you do as an artist if you haven't had a bad experience. I don't think we got to the answer, but I think it's good to talk about, you know? Yeah,
well, because I'm a really happy girl. Yeah. So...
Oh, that was a good topic. Like,
I'm really happy and I still create moody, dark
moody stuff.
Images. So your art doesn't have to reflect who you are.
Yeah, so you don't have... You did mention that. You don't have to be fucked up. I mean, it's beneficial in that overcoming something gives you strength. Yeah. But, you know, it's interesting to try to turn the tabletops around. Like, I always try to get people who appreciate the work that artists do to try to have a go themselves. Yeah. You know, I do believe that if you can sign your name, you can paint a painting. Yeah. So...
Yeah, even if you shit.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I like how you've got, like, really black and white attitudes towards certain things, but you also got really open...
Yeah,
so like, you're interesting like that.
Maybe I contradicted myself sometimes, but it's because I'm in no box.
Well, that's what I'm. Yeah, so I think you do contradict yourself.
I could be all over the place.
Yeah, but you mean well all the time. So I like that. Yay. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Awesome. I'm sure you'll be on again. Like, yes. I just think it'll be one of those things where there's going to be certain people that will just warm up and get this show sort of going. Yeah. You know, I do watch a certain podcast where they have the same guests on over and over again. And that's because it becomes something
it's
different.
just nice.
It becomes like, well, we can move on from that conversation
Yeah.
now. We don't need to go back and do the intros, and
Yeah,
we can
and-
just start
and
talking about
we
what's
can-
happening in the news right
we
now.
have so many
or-
things to talk about anyways.
I know we could have gone so much more about
Everything.
your background, we didn't talk about your art.
Oh yeah, that's
Another
fine.
time.
Another time.
We talked about very little. I try
Yeah.
not to talk too much. I'd love for him to be on the show. He probably said no fucking way.
No, he's gonna say no.
I know.
He's-
I already know.
He's gonna say no.
I already
But,
know. But
yeah.
but I'm you know, it's good to be able to talk about him without him being on the show.
Yeah.
So it's my cheeky way in.
Yeah.
It's my cheeky way in because he's probably more inspirational than us combined. Do you know what I mean?
He's the most amazing person I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too, right?
Yeah.
I say it to people all the time, and it's like I've managed to inspire so many people just by being me, but I would love for
and
him to...
It's funny because sometimes, you know, I know things, but I want him to explain them to me anyways.
Yeah.
And
chip in his opinion.
And I just love listening to him.
Yeah.
He's the best.
I don't know, him and I have so many D&Ms that are all
Yeah.
podcast worthy. Like they are all... We
Yeah.
get so deep sometimes that, man, if other people could hear this, it would actually... We know that it would change minds.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's got a big heart and he
Yeah.
refuses to think he has one.
Yeah.
He believes that he has none. He believes he's a cold fucking...
Yeah,
I hate people, but actually
he's
he's the
good.
absolute opposite.
Yeah.
He's like the biggest softie there is.
Yeah.
But he has had to develop a hard
But
facade, you know?
then again, the same with me. He's, you know, exclusive to who
Yeah.
he gives his time and effort to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time for bullshit anyways.
No.
So the people that he has around him are great people.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
hang with people that don't do anything.
No, and because he's a very sensitive guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm surprised that him and I are still great mates because you know I have had so many friends come and go because me being as blunt as I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that's
Yeah,
gonna
but
offend
like
you.
he's blunt as well.
Yeah.
I've seen him
Yeah.
tell people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even I'm like,
and I've rubbed him up the wrong
I'm
way.
like, oh
For sure. Like I definitely have pissed him off, but it's like he is the kind of person to hold grudges, but he hasn't with me. And
Yeah.
this is one interesting thing about friendships is like I used to always think that if you can watch a girl be an absolute fucking bitch face about her friends, then there's no doubt that she can be a bitch face to you too.
Yeah.
It's just that she likes you right now.
yeah.
You know, but with Ved, I've seen him like ditch people, and I've always thought he could definitely do that with me too, which he
Yeah.
definitely can.
Yeah.
But in situations where I thought he might have, he didn't,
Yeah.
and that impresses me more than he realizes.
Yeah.
Because it's the easy way out.
Yeah.
To just
yeah.
go.
No, but like he's really good. Like he values the people he has around, and because he doesn't associate with everybody, he's really picky.
Well, he's very real, so it has to be real.
He likes people with, you know, a drive, a passion.
Yeah.
If you lay on the couch and you have a miserable life, then yeah, you have nothing for us.
He doesn't like a brown noser either. I don't think. I don't think he likes people that are just fans of him. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't live very well with that. He wants to be.
Well, it's, you know, they say if you are the smartest people in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah,
wrong
true.
room.
True.
You know, and also I don't want to be with people that can't really teach me anything.
Yeah, well, he has that effect on people, I think, is like people will probably never, because he's never going to share it, he's not going to hop on a podcast.
Yeah, no.
But it's like, the world actually could get a lot from a guy like Ved because he is just nothing like how he comes across. You know, like people who meet him really have no idea. And it's so refreshing to meet people that make you work to earn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm an open book, so I'm kind of like
cats.
stranger wants to fucking come over.
Yeah.
Never met him before. Next thing you know, he's on the podcast. I mean, why am I so giving?
Yeah.
But it's
well,
like...
I'm really shy. But when I met you, like, I really, really, really liked you.
we clicked as well.
Yeah, we really clicked.
Yeah.
But I don't click with everybody. And when I don't click with someone, I just don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Because heaps of people think that I'm really shy and quiet.
I can see how they would think that.
And like, I'm not. I just don't care about you.
Like when I first met you, you were really quiet. But then when I got to know you, man, yeah, you can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sancho said the same thing, best friend. He's like, when I met you, I thought you didn't speak English.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I just didn't know you.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to waste.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get
But
you.
I actually talk a lot.
You do?
I talk a lot, just not with everybody.
Yeah. Whereas me, I just talk a lot with everybody.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Which is great, but yeah,
It's tiring.
I'm more, reserved. I'm not friends with everybody.
I just noticed with these podcasts, like people that not only do I watch them back thinking, oh my God, I cut them off.
You bitch.
No, well, now I'm like getting comments from people saying, the one that I got this morning was, this is not the Justin Fox show, like maybe you should let your guest speak. So I'm like, oh fuck.
No, but
fuck.
Well, I've seen all your podcasts and I really like, because sometimes people, obviously you have all this shit here and you get kind of like, oh my God, like
deer in the headlights, yeah.
You can't really speak up. And I think it's great that you can just
fill the
gaps when your guests are maybe a little bit shy or they can't really explain stuff. I love the podcast.
Thanks.
All of them. The one with the girls, I love the most.
Yeah.
I love girls.
Well, me too. And I think that I'm more comfortable speaking to girls. Because when I speak to guys, I feel like I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm trying to push them to be better men.
Yeah.
But when I speak to girls, what I found with Milky was interesting because she had an agenda and she was a feminist agenda. And I thought with her podcast, I thought what was interesting was the hours we spent afterwards. What was amazing about Carmen's podcast is, again, these are girls these are people that I don't know as well. Like Carmen's someone that I've only caught up with a couple of times, and I used to think she was a bit of a joke with dressing up and all this kind of stuff. But what I found with her podcast, listening back, was she was interviewing me. She was
so nice.
Asking me about love, and maybe I've started saying stuff like I've never been heartbroken before. And I'm like, holy fuck, she's getting sensitive information out of me. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. And with you, I think it's been, even though I haven't watched it back, I just feel it's been the most 50-50 in terms of you talking and me talking.
Yeah,
I haven't been hyper aware of it.
I would have to watch it back because I don't know what the fuck we said. But it's been fun. It's been talking with just as we talk.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh my God, okay, can I say this? Can I say that?
No, and it shouldn't be.
And it wouldn't work with me because I can't not say things.
And that's where I think in the comments with the Stephen last video of me talking too much, it's because, like I said, everything has context, Yeah. And when he came over, he didn't want to do a podcast. But I'm like, man, the way I work these days is I have no time to just catch up with people.
Yeah.
If I can make it work as well, then it suits me better, And he's like, oh, okay, and he's like, I'm really shy though. I'm really quiet. I'm like, I know you're a shy guy.
Yeah.
I know you're quiet. Don't worry. I talk so much.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I'll talk for both of us.
Right, and that's what ended up happening. But then when I watched the podcast back, it turns out sometimes he was talking and I was cutting him off. So maybe I was too conscious of.
Yeah. You're a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah, and so afterwards he was like, man, like he hung out for another 2-3 hours and we talked so much more. And he said it at least 3 times, dude, we should have been recording this. This is what people really need to hear. And I'm like, now you're easing out. And he's like, can I come on again? I'd love to come on again. I'm like, I love this.
Maybe.
From like never wanting to be on to, wanting. And I like that. That's cool.
I think it's so fun. I was just like scared that people, like because of my accent, they'll be like, I don't understand what she's saying.
No, I
but
think
then you're like,
clear.
what? Like we have, the CCs, like subtitles. I'm like, that's fine then. they can just fucking read.
That's awesome. Well, look, all the best. I know you're still hungry as ever to get more followers and likes. And I'm more than happy to promote you every time too. And I love it that we actually have a collab going. Yeah. Like, it feels good for me to see that you're shooting girls in a way that I totally love because it's your style. But it's not me copying your style. It's just like, I think that's a lesson in itself. When you love someone's work so much, just work with them instead of trying to copy it.
Yeah.
It's so much more rewarding to reach out to someone and say, I love your work.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
I want some of it in my portfolio somehow.
I love that.
Can we work together somehow? And I think that's better than,
doing
stealing
all yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
So I wish you all the best, and I'm sure I'll get you back on at some point.
Yes, for sure.
Right,
Next time, I'm not going to drive and we drink.
Yeah, I'm always drinking.
Yes.
But thanks, guys, for listening. And we'll end it there. I suppose we'll do more Q&A with future podcasts as well. And if you guys have any feedback for Kat, leave it in the comments below. All right.
Yay, we did it.
High five.
High five.